All right.
So I strip, right? Like I'm fucking butt ass naked. Put the little apron on, the little hospital rack. What do they officially call it?
Like a hospital gown.
Yeah, the hospital gown. Exactly. So I throw that bitch on, right? Lay on the bed. I'm like, fuck. All right. Nurse comes in. I'm still bugging the fuck out, right? Like hurts like hell. I can't even concentrate. Like the only thing I can possibly think of is just fucking pain and how much this shit hurts. So I'm sitting here like fuck, right? My grandma's just in the corner like trying to not pay attention to me because I'm like fucking bugging out at this point.
Yeah.
Nurse comes in, she's like, all right, well, you got appendicitis. Whoop-de fucking who. We're about to take the shit out of you. I was like, all right, cool. And she's like, well, before that, I'm going to do some fucking IV things. They take a blood test, all that shit. So they do that. But here's the crazy thing is they knew I had fucking appendicitis, but they had to take another extra fucking hour before they could put my ass into surgery, right? Because they had to do all these fucking dumbass tests. They had to like run some crazy shit through my veins to like see what it was, like all these like weird fucking like CAT scans and like all the, you know, nonsense that they got to do.
Yeah.
So they go through that. Then finally, like they get to the fucking place, right? She fucking smacks me around with some morphine at this point because I can't fucking deal with it, right? Like by the time I get back to the room, I'm like I can't function. I can't do it.
Oh, this could be like an open and shut case for you, except you're like jittery. You're like, all right, you don't need to fucking drug me to death.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm like, I'm hurting, right? And I'm still like shaking, right? Yeah. And I'm bugging the fuck out because I'm not a fan of hospitals.
Yeah.
And I'm hurting like shit. Like, I'm telling you, this is the worst pain I've ever had in my entire life. So that's going on. And I'm literally she smacks me with the morphine a little bit, like, or whatever it was, right? It's just calm me down, put a little bit of, like, you know, take the pain away a little bit. And then I'm laying there. Doctor comes in. He's like, all right, well, we're going to just get you ready for surgery. I'm high as fuck. I'm like, dog, just go. Just go. Just take this fucking thing out of me.
Get it, dog.
Get the fuck, whatever you need to do, bro. Like, do it. So that's what happens, right?
Yeah.
And then the next thing I remember is they took me fucking, they wheeled my ass up to the top floor or whatever. Then there was like 15 fucking people surrounding me, and then they were all like, yeah, man, we're just, you know, gonna need some notes. So they give me a fucking pad, right? Like an information pad. I'm supposed to fill in all this information. I'm sitting here, bro. I'm like, I can barely even fucking write. Like, what do you want me to write in there? I'm like sitting here cracking fucking jokes at these guys. Like, I don't even remember what I was saying. They were all fucking laughing. I don't know if I was just high as shit off this fucking morphine that this lady gave me, but they're all having fucking great time. So the fuck am I. I'm like, word, just get this bitch out of me. And then little do I know, like, they fucking wheel me all over to the operation room. And, like, I remember it was the operation room because, like, they had me get off, like, the stretcher, right? So I had to get off the little bed, and then they put me on this fucking table, and then I look up, and I see the fucking, like, classic, you know, like, your hospital light, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, when you watch those...
Like the 7 lights?
Yep. Like, the UFO's about to
abduct you. We wake up from a cut scene.
Yep. So it's one of those. I look up, bro. I swear to God. And then they put the fucking thing over me, and that's it. And I just, like, all I remember after that point is just, like, it was literally like my mind just blanked out, and then I just woke up in a bed. Like, fuck knows how many hours later. It was probably like an hour or two later. But basically, I just wake up, and I got all these blankets surrounding me. Like, I can't move. I'm literally just, like, strapped almost to the fucking bed. Like, I'm not strapped, but I'm just, like, I'm weak. And I just woke up from being incapacitated for the last fucking hour. So I'm sitting here, like...
Blankets are heavy.
Yep. And I look up, and I see the fucking nurse, and they're like, yo, hello, like, you're fine now. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they're just wheeling me through the fucking hospital, dude.
Had a couple weekends like that.
And that's how I got out of the fucking hospital, dude. But, yeah, that was insane, man.
Right. My grandpa, he told me when he was like 20, he went to a store, he ate a donut. He bit into it. And then like minutes later, he was like, oh, like a pain. Same deal. And he decided to go to the hospital. I worry about that shit all the time because I'm like, I wonder if the pain would be like big, but not so big that I'd be like, yeah, I can fight it off. It's my fucking...
It's not, bro. I promise you. It's like, it's...
What's that?
It hurts. Like, it's sharp pain.
What's that thing that fights off alcohol? Your liver?
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I'd be like, oh, that's my liver. Fuck it. Like...
Well, your liver's on the other side, I think.
Yeah, I have zero.
Yeah.
I have zero fucking... Yeah, I hear you.
Well, you could live without your liver, I think. Right? Or part of it or something?
Yeah, I think some people have a... Right?
Like alcoholics and shit. Like, they definitely need their fucking liver either, like, replaced or...
Yeah, I think they... Right, sometimes if they need... There's liver transplants, aren't there? Or they take liver tissue.
think so.
Don't they take liver tissue? They can grow a liver now, can't they? They could grow.
They could grow some crazy fucking shit.
They could grow a bladder at some point, right? And then I remember when that news came out, they said in about a year we'll probably get some other key organ down, like a liver.
Yeah, no, they can grow a lot of stuff nowadays, except for like a brain or a heart or some shit.
Yeah.
Some nutty stuff. But yeah, dude, it was that was, I'm telling you, like, that was just the craziest pain I've ever felt in my life. I would never wish that upon anybody, dude. It hurt so
you'll
fucking
definitely,
bad.
if you ever get it, you'll know. Okay, this
You
is.
absolutely know.
And you do the press test, and then you're good.
Yes.
Where's the appendix? It's like
It's on your right hand, like towards, like, you're a little bit below your hip. Like it's almost, it's like right
Below
here.
the
It's
hip.
like right there. Is where it's at. How would you describe that area?
I got you.
Right there.
Yeah, you're like your right coccyx.
Or like a little bit under your belly.
I see.
It's like,
Okay.
Just a little bit under your
like
belly
right
on
here.
the right hand side. Yeah.
I can feel it.
Like
Cool.
you have to like press into it, and then like that's the thing. So you have to push really hard into it.
Push hard, and then when you let go,
but you
it's-
have to let go like extra quick. Like you have to let it go. And if you get like super sharp pain all of a sudden like that, that's how you know you have it.
It's like the like getting the room back. Somehow all the toxins inside it are just fucking moving.
But that's the crazy thing is, dude. Like, and you could die off that shit. Like,
Yeah.
if it explodes and ruptures, like you're basically fucked. I mean, this is
some
where I
people
was getting
survive
at.
that though, right? Like
Well,
they
but
open
here's
it up
what
and
I was
wash
getting
them
at.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, they flush them out, but that's like, I mean, you're talking about like spending like maybe like a whole month in fucking hospital. Yeah, dude, it's rough. But here's where I was getting to. So remember when I told you originally, which wasn't recorded, I spent 2 days just laying in my bed dealing with this shit.
Yeah.
By the time I got to the hospital, they said that my appendix was so fucking shitty that it literally could have exploded at any second.
Oh, crap.
And they were like, if you were to get here, like maybe within the next half hour to an hour, like later than you did, you probably would be fucked.
Oh, moly.
That shit fucked me up. And then, so this is the thing too, right? So basically what happens is if you have appendicitis and you catch it early, go to the hospital, get it removed, you're out of the hospital the same day. It's not that big of a fucking deal anymore. Right? Before you used to have to fucking lay in bed for like 15 years. But my dumbass, because I waited in bed for 2 days, right? 3
Yeah.
days basically before I went and got it removed.
Yeah.
I had to stay in the hospital for an additional like 4-5 days. Because they had to like drain out all the pus and like all the nasty
gotcha.
shit that was with it. And
Swab you out.
yeah. Yeah, it was bad, dude.
I always wonder why I wonder if they have like do they have preemptive appendix surgery? Like, or do you have to fucking be dying?
You don't need to. So it's like, here's the thing. A lot of people go their whole lives and they don't really need to remove it. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
bother them. It's
Okay.
literally, it's literally a dead organ. Like, it's not even, I don't even think it's considered an organ at this point because it's literally useless.
It's when mankind was something else.
Yeah,
it
when
was
we
a
were
useful
eating,
thing.
apparently is when we were eating raw meat and shit, that's what it was used for, like to filter out, you know, the bacteria or whatever the hell it is, I guess. I think that's what the whole idea behind it is.
Okay.
But it's not necessary. Like, you don't need it. Like, you absolutely live without it, no problem.
Other organs
But-
now took its place. Yeah.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that we changed our diet. I think that now we're eating cooked meat. Now we don't really need to worry about it. It's like it's just a change in diet.
Oh, it's interesting. We've done that so rapidly throughout the course of our evolution that now it's like this thing just it's
It's just irrelevant. Like, it doesn't matter.
it's there and
The
it,
only thing it does is
Yeah.
it fucks you. Because
Yeah, yeah.
if it starts rupturing, then you could die, right?
Yeah.
Or you could get, you know, crazy fucking injuries or whatever from it.
That's
But that's the thing. It's literally just an organ that's just made to fuck you. So
Yeah.
most people, they'll go their lives living their whole entire life basically and just they won't have any problems with it whatsoever.
Yeah.
Right? But then you got a dickhead like me, fucking fresh ass 25-year-old off his fucking life, like ha 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 ha. Oh shit, my side hurts. Like, what could this possibly be? Oh, you got appendicitis, dickhead.
Interesting. So, like, if mankind regressed back to the point where, like, we forgot everything we know and we're just eating raw meat and bullshitting around again, the appendix theoretically would be useful again.
I mean, it could be, but
Like, we're born with the capability to use it, but because of our diet, we just never use it, right?
I don't know. I think at this point we've evolved. I mean, maybe it was bigger or something I mean, I'm not a fucking
Yeah.
organologist or whatever the hell those people are called.
The people who have survived in the last, like, say, 10,000 years
Expert
since,
in anatomy.
since
It's
like,
not me.
yeah, like since agriculture, right? Those people are people who haven't had to really use it. So, like, I think it's a process of natural selection that now appendices are weak because the people who survived throughout the ages never needed their appendix.
Where you get like people working their fucking appendix out. One day, bitch, one day. Like, I'm fucking just live through this shit.
Taking a bite out of a squirrel, like, yeah, fucking, let's work these, let's work this bitch.
And that's how you have mad cow disease and shit spreading through humans.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me about that shit. Because I was like, there was somebody said some dumb shit. And I was thinking back to like Friday the 13th, like the one where the mortician eats Jason's brain and he get like his heart and he gets his essence. He becomes Jason. And I was like, how come we can't do that? Like, how come you can't like eat a thing's brain and like absorb its essence and just become
get all of its information ever?
Yeah, just like I am this thing now. Yeah, I feel like
if I were to like eat your heart or your brain, I would just be like, I'm the Don.
You'd be like, I'm the Don now. Yeah. Like,
I am part Don.
I think that works as a placebo effect. I think you can do it and be like, right. But the problem is, mad cow disease, and there's something called Creutzfeldt-Jacobs disease. That's the human version of mad cow disease. Basically, you absorb into your body these things called prions. And they have like 100% chance to just, like, prion-based diseases always kill you. Yeah, whenever you absorb, it's just like bad proteins and bacteria. You know what I mean? And a lot of times they say cannibals used to get it. Interestingly enough, there's a tribe in, I believe it's Papua New Guinea, and they're immune to that shit. Just throughout the ages, they were a cannibalistic tribe.
They got like some sick ass, like huge fucking appendixes, probably.
Yeah, big
bulging out of their fucking leg and shit.
JoJo appendixes, like with it's like its own little stand behind the skin and shit.
Got like menacing and shit behind it.
Menacing head. It tries to punch its way out the fucking body. So they stop being cannibalistic. But it showed that, I guess, through natural selection, they just became, like, immune to, like, mad cow disease and similar diseases.
I mean, that's insane, man. Like, just thinking about, I mean, I couldn't even, I don't even know. Like, that's not even a thought in my head, just, like, eating a human. Like, how do you even get to that point, you know? It's pretty drastic. Because, I mean, it's like you can eat so many things before you actually eat a human.
I can just eat dirt to make me feel better, you know? Just,
yeah,
I'm
hungry.
It
won't do much for you, but...
It won't, you know what, though? There's people...
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's how it gets that far, right? Is you absolutely would need that, the nutrients of, like, eating meat, right? Or just eating in general. Like, that's how you get to that level. Yeah. But, I mean, like, you got to be in a super fucking desperate situation in order to get there, right?
Yeah.
But there's just motherfuckers out there just like, yeah, man, it's fucking Don Elbow out here, like...
Don Don Elbow looks
just cut around the fucking femur, like, what the fuck?
Hannibal Lecter type dudes that are just like, alright, throw it on the block, fucking we'll chop it up, we'll see what...
That's still, like, the craziest fucking scene in my eyes, dude. Like, when he was on the plane just, like, eating fucking human intestines and shit. Remember that in Silence of the Lambs?
Nah, you know what?
He was on the fucking plane, dude, just, like, eating fucking humans, like, smiling at little girls and shit, bro.
I've never seen that whole movie.
This world.
I know about it. That's the one with the guy with the robe. He's like, hey, come on, Buffalo Bill or whoever. Perfect. Yeah. My pop loved that movie. When I was a kid, he quoted to me. He'd be like, put the lotion in the basket or it gets the hose. Like, I get that you're into this
shit.
But
they made like 4 movies off that shit. This is impossible for you to just not have seen any of them.
I saw Red Dragon.
Okay, I figured
buddy of mine told me, it was like, I really related with that guy. I kind of like some of the shit he was saying. But he's like, I am the dragon. What's up, man?
Yeah. So wait, that was your old friend, right? At that point, you were like, I don't know about this guy anymore. That's how you like defriend people real quick.
What's that? Oh, when they come up on you with some other shit.
Yeah, they're like, man,
Gang is trying to have some good ideas, right?
Like,
yeah.
Fuck do you mean?
No. No, I liked Red Dragon. Like I saw that guy like, oh yeah. Like,
oh jeez.
I agree with villains and everything, dude. I'm really fucked up.
That's the end of this podcast now.
Yeah, I guess. Now, every time a villain's saying something, it's always like, if a villain's written well, they usually make all sorts of sense.
Yeah.
Like Thanos and all that shit.
No, they have good ideas, but they just don't implement them the right way.
Yeah.
They're literally from fucking, like, point A to point Z in a second, dude. They're like, you know what?
Yeah.
This problem, global warming. Why don't we just destroy the whole world? Like, problem solved.
Yeah,
I mean, they literally, they don't think, right? They don't think. They don't have a logical sense of, like, fixing the problem. They're just like, you know what? Why don't we just, like, fucking murder people? Why don't we just destroy the world? Why don't we just destroy the universe? How about that?
Yeah, it's like the you know, like Greenpeace, those kind of dudes that are like, save the planet, right?
Yeah.
That dude is the same dude as like Thanos, right? He just has a pessimistic view of shit. He's like, you know what I mean? Like the people who see the problems in the world, they go two different lanes, right? They're like, oh, let's try to come up something with a solution to where like everyone lives and everyone's doing fine, and you know what I mean? Like the most people survive out of shit. Yeah. Or you got the villain side where it's like, you know what? Let me just snap and just bust them all in half. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same dude, just a shitty, it's optimistic versus pessimistic, right? It's
You watched Endgame, right? We talked about this.
I saw Endgame recently for the first time.
A couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
No, I still think, honestly, my favorite part of that movie, and while we're on the subject, before I forget, is when if you remember in Infinity War, the first part, right, the ending was the snap, right? It was like, boom, half a fucking life vanishes, right? And then the first 10 minutes of Endgame is the Avengers like, we're gonna buck this dude up, and it's literally them. They show up and this dude is just they just fucking gangbang this dude, bro. Like, they fuck his life up. Like, that shit was so funny to me, dude.
That shit was so great, wasn't it?
There was there was a meme where I don't know if you remember this format, but it was Justice League, I think Doom or something like that. Basically, what happens is Green Lantern like rolls up on Darkseid, and Darkseid literally like slaps him away, right, and fucking pushes him down on the earth. Okay. Dude falls down, and then like his fucking cronies, like Darkseid's jockeys, just pull up and just start wailing on fucking Green Lantern, just beating the piss out of this man. Okay. Like, and it was literally just a flash of fucking seconds. It was like Green Lantern's like, nah, this dude ain't shit. I'm gonna fuck him up. Darkseid slaps the shit out of him. Dude falls on the fucking ground, and then like his boys just roll up and just start smacking the shit out of him. Right. And it was like somebody made a meme, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this fucking here's a sneak peek of the first 10 minutes of fucking Endgame." I was just fucking off my ass, dude, because that was like the most perfect fucking example of it, dude. I'm gonna have to find that meme format, dude. It was great.
Yeah, that shit was great. My man Vinny.
How the COVID be in today's fucking day and age.
Yeah, right. I wasn't that interested in Endgame. My man Vinny swears up and down by it. So he tells me to go check it out.
Oh, jeez, yeah, I found it.
Nice. I check it, and I thought that was the funniest part, was just...
Look at this shit.
Let me look at this shit.
Instant, bro.
Oh.
Instant. Look at it.
Wait, so the Green Lantern rolls up, smacks him.
Yes.
What does he hit him back? Darkseid hits him back?
He just slaps him.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
He just slaps him.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
like
his
a
boys just roll up and just start beating off. Ride or dies, bro.
That's
Ride
so
or
funny.
Fucking dies.
Just two of them, too.
Just out of nowhere. But, like, where did they come from?
Yeah, they're all behind him. Yeah.
Like, that's a ride or die right there, bro. Yo, you want those people on your squad, first of all.
That's so funny.
And if you need reference to this, you literally just Google Green Lantern getting beat up, and it's a GIF.
Green Lantern getting beat up. Oh, that's the fucking every time?
That's all it is, yeah.
That's so funny.
But that was the meme, right? And that was just... I mean, it was perfect. It was perfect, dude, because that's exactly what happens in the first 10 minutes of it.
Dude, like, he really got swatted, you know? Thanos.
He did. He was like living a peaceful life, dude. He was like...
He was all jacked up from the fucking snap, too.
Yeah, he was all fucked up. Like, just his mind was all, like, not really there. Like, he was depressed and shit.
Yeah.
Like, he was going through it, bro. He really was. My man Thanos, bro, had it all, and then...
It looked like he had, like, a 3-day, like, coke bender.
He didn't shave, like, he had a beard. He damn right grew a beard.
Yeah,
like,
Endgame is... Endgame is depressing, like... When you bump into Thor, he's fat, he's playing Fortnite. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's so funny.
It's great, though. Yeah.
Vinny told me, he was like, dude, man, fucking... He said multiple times, I felt like this was multiple awesome movies all in one. That's how he felt about the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I still have like weird issues with Endgame, and well, we've already talked about this. We don't need to go down this road. But
yeah,
the whole aspect though is right. It's like you got the villain, and they're just like, why do they like take the most drastic fucking measures to just do the right thing, right? Like, because ultimately all their goals are. They're in it for the good of whatever, right? Like whether it be for themselves, like the whole entire like human race or the planet or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're like, you know what? I'm just gonna destroy the planet because like clearly it's bad for the universe type shit. Like what? How do you like? Why don't you just like invent solar panels for everybody in the world to use?
Yeah, that's what everyone was saying. Like before I even saw the movie, that people were making memes. Like, how come they didn't snap and just like double the resources in the universe?
That's what I'm saying. Like he could have done literally fucking anything, but he was like, you know what? The best thing I got for y'all. He's literally like Rick from Pawn Stars, bro. He's like Rick from Pawn Stars, and they were like, yo, Thanos, bro. What how about you fix this problem with the Earth being overpopulated and fucking human cancer and shit taking over the universe? He's like, best I can do is fucking kill half of the world.
Best I can do is
the universe. What? Come on, dude. Like you could cure the problems of this world, this universe. Like,
if you're gonna snap, like bring the population in the universe down to like one planet, Earth preferably, and like 10 million people.
That's like, I'll give you an example, right? In today's day and age, that's like if Thanos was real and he had the gauntlet, right? Mm-hmm. He had all the gems. He's sitting there, and we got this COVID-19 fucking crisis going on.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, yo, Thanos, bro, we need you to do something about this, right? Mm-hmm. And he could snap his fingers and be like, cure everybody of COVID-19 right now.
Yeah.
Right? Every single person, every single animal, wherever it came from, just make it just, boom, disappear. Right? Mm-hmm. But this man goes, nah, you know what? Everybody that COVID-19, dead. That's like the measurement of his fucking... of his end game, right? Is just you know what? I'll just kill everybody. Like in what world does that make sense? Like why do you give a villain that state of mind?
And what was his goal too? To like prolong life throughout the universe?
I mean, you watched it recently, dude.
Yeah, true. I mean, I saw
watched that movie when it came out in the theater, so I don't really remember because I don't. I've already been over this. I told you I don't really rewatch Marvel movies just because they don't have any like replay value.
They're just They're just
it's like playing Call of Duty, right?
Just
like
one
the campaigns. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna play this level over again?
It's like a nice book. You read the 300 pages, boom, you're good. Yeah. I just felt like, I mean, the real problem with like sustaining life throughout the universe in perpetuity is that all the stars will eventually die out, right? And like just stars give off energy, and there's eventually will all be in the universe will just be dark again, theoretically. How does killing half the population solve that? Why not snap your planet and be like, boom, this little fucking thing's gonna make a new star every other year. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like
that'll keep shit going. Yeah,
you got literally all the power in your hands, and
I think he's saying, all right, because life will eventually suck up what little resources are left in the universe.
Yeah. Well, that was the whole idea. I think.
Therefore, I'm gonna half everybody, and it's gonna slow it down to a point where it'll get to its natural.
Well, I think
end.
the idea was that like he probably just we're putting way too much thought into this. Fucking justify Thanos.
I think it leads into a real life bigger point though.
Yeah.
Do you think mankind will reach a point where we start like building an apparatus around a star and just suck all the energy out of it?
Like a Dyson sphere?
Yeah. And just is that what that? Yeah. Look at you.
Yeah.
Shit.
Bro, I told you, I'm like the amateur professional of space, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only know as much as the YouTube videos do.
You're like everything Neil deGrasse Tyson tells me, I'm right on that shit.
No, first of all, no, fuck Neil deGrasse Tyson, man. Okay,
really?
I'm sorry, dude, if you're listening.
Yeah.
But
I was like, the only thing you're listening.
But you never know. Maybe he's like in his fucking incognito app on his Android. Or he's definitely an Apple dude. He fucking seems like he's an Apple guy.
I think he's an iPhone guy.
Fuck him even.
I think I seen him on Rogan being like,
nah.
Yeah, I would peg him as an Android guy.
He's definitely an Apple guy.
You think he's an Apple guy?
I don't know. Can we Google this? Is that?
I can find that out.
Let's find out. But
yeah, okay.
I don't know, dude. He's. I don't know, man. I might be the only one in this entire fucking world that thinks this, but because everybody likes him. I never understood why people like this guy.
A lot of people don't like him.
Because
A lot of people think he's tone deaf.
no, my problem with him is he just, like, obviously he's smarter than me, right? Like, clearly this dude's a fucking genius and I'm a moron. And that's fine. I've accepted that, right? But this guy will literally sit there and go on record and just make you feel like the biggest dumb fuck in the entire universe.
Yeah.
Because ultimately you are, right? But, like, he'll go out of his way to say shit and, like, it sounds like he's just trying to be better than you. And I don't know, just like watch any of his documentaries and like just the way that he pronounces words, the way that he says things, the way that he just talks about things, like the way that the examples he brings up, and he's almost trying to dumb things down enough, but like he's just sounding like he's just trying to be better than you, and it's like, why?
That's my beef with Michio Kaku. Is that every time he tells you about something, he's like, you know, that Japanese dude, and he's just like, it's like Spider-Man or Nightcrawler warping through work, and it's like, I'm an idiot. I'm not that big of an idiot though.
Listen, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because I understand that you definitely have to dumb it down for most motherfuckers in this world, right? Like you absolutely do, but there's just different ways that you go about it. I think, right? Like you can bring up examples that I feel like everybody will understand, not just like fucking 10-year-olds. You know, like you could just say things a little bit different. Just, you know what? I think the majority of my gripes with him is his tone. It's just the way that he portrays himself, the way that he speaks to people. Like, dude, like throw on some fucking Rogan podcast with him, dude. He just sounds like he's always talking shit on him, dude.
He does run roughshod over
Rogan. He sounds like he's always fucking just talking down on Joe, dude. He's like, Joe, listen to me. You know what? No, you're wrong. And I'll tell you why. It's like, that's what he fucking does. He fucking does that in everything, dude. He does that in Cosmos. He does that in any fucking shit documentary that he's in. He does that on any fucking show that he ever goes on. Like, why does he fucking do that? Like, I get it, you're a genius, bro, but like, fuck, dude. Like, I'm not over here like flaunting my fucking character over somebody. Like, you don't have to do that, man.
I think what he does is he's so fascinated by the information in his head. Like, people who are intellectuals like that, like well studied, I think they're still so full of wonderment sometimes that they're just like, well, dude, it's not just that. Like, you know what I mean? But wait, there's more, you know? And he's so hype about it that he's like, dude, check me out. Oh, and and I think he loves putting people up on shit so that it just comes off like that. So, like, all right, I think I know where you was heading with that shit. Yeah, I've seen him do the same shit, like, on Rogan and whatnot. Yeah, I don't know. I see what you mean. I mean, he does his shit where he'll tweet, like, sometimes there's, you know, during this COVID shit, or, like, there's a mass shooting or some other shit, he'll tweet, like, other statistics, like, oh, here's heart disease, like, that kills a lot more people, you know what I mean? He comes off as this tone-deaf kind of dude who, he doesn't understand, like, the pulse of the country, so he's just like, hey, guys, here's new facts, I got some shit for you. I think he comes off like that, and he kind of comes off like a dickhead, but I think for him, his brain's just swimming in knowledge, and he's just loving it, and he's just like, he just loves educating people and teaching people. So, like, he just kind of does that shit. He's like, you know what I mean? And he kind of...
You think it might be one of those things where he knows just about as much as we do? Like, he obviously knows more, right? But at the same time, like, on the scale of the universe, he sits there and he's like, man, I really don't know shit at the same time.
I would posit to you that he probably is like, hey, I know a few extra things. I know some of the nitty-gritty details and like the
But in reality, like the amount of stuff that you know, like you can't know everything.
If we know 1% of the world, he knows 2%. Yeah. You know what I mean? And he knows that. And like when you're smart, you know that shit.
Of the universe, let's say.
Yeah, let's say everything there is to know in the universe. Let's say he knows 2%. Most people know about 1% or less. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of where he's at. Like, and
I don't know. I'd go as far as to say that I think most people, on a regular basis, like most regular humans, don't know shit about like the universe, right? They probably maybe I would say maybe like 0.2%, right? And then this dude knows too. Like that's fair. That's a fair assumption to make because ultimately, right? Like you can know all this shit about space, right? But then like there's just this one crazy like thing that you discover one day, just completely changes how everybody looks at like space, the universe, just anything in general out there that's outside of the earth, right? Because like we don't really know, like we don't. I mean, like we're only making safe assumptions. Like who's to say that math is even a right thing? You know, like that's what we're getting to because a lot of these factors are coming from math and you know just different like formulas and different variations and things, and like a lot of it is just different signals and stuff that we get back from space and shit. But it's like, who's the fuck to say that math is actually true?
Yeah, like,
and I'm not saying that it's like, I'm not being like ignorant about it. Like, clearly it's proven time and time again that it's a real legitimate thing. But it's like, what if one day we discover a fucking thing that just goes like, your math is wrong, and then boom, back to fucking zero.
The thing about math, it has I have this theory that our math is based on how many fingers we have on our hands. You know what I mean? From 1 to 10, like we have 10 fingers. That's why 10 stops at 10. And that 8 doesn't start a new 1 or 12 doesn't. You know what I mean? That's kind of my theory about that. But if we like ran into a different civilization and they had a different mathematical system.
Like 4 fingers, 4 stopped, and we were 10, and we're better than them.
Yeah, well, what they would do is they would just have a constancy. It would be like a translation, like how language translates in other languages. Our mathematical language would translate to theirs somehow.
That's fair to say.
The same way Fahrenheit translates to Celsius, that kind of shit. So, I see what you mean, though. Like, that's happened throughout history. That always happens. That happens every day now, where we have a scientific fact. We have these, you know what I mean? Like, we have these things, because there's nothing, scientific fact, like fact, is a rare thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's all theories and shit.
It's all theory.
Like, every single one of these, like, important, formulas are all theories.
It's all shit that we have observed thousands of times. Like, gravity is, we can count on gravity, and, like, that's about it. You know what I mean? But, like, and even that, there's questions, like dark matter, you know what I mean? Dark energy. We can't account for that. That's gravity we can't account for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do I put it? Yeah. So like gravity's that rare thing that we can count on. Other things in science, concepts gain notoriety because they're observed to be real, like relativity. You know what I mean? We've seen Einstein's theory of relativity. We've seen it in action. They do that test where they put a clock on a jet. A clock on the ground, they sink them. Jet flies. Okay, clock on the jet's behind a second or two. You know what I mean? We've seen that happen. That doesn't mean it's fact, though. It just means we observed it. There's things that we may not know about.
Just because there's different variables and things like that involved in most of those tests. But my point is, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can know all the shit there is to know about fucking time and space and all this shit, right?
Yeah.
But one day there is going to be a new discovery, and then all of a sudden we're all back to fucking square one.
Yeah.
And that's why I mean, don't be a dickhead, Neil.
This is episode 10 of the FMI podcast, and
is it 10? It is 10. That's
it is
right.
10. Yeah.
It's officially. Well, it's the 10th anniversary, but also the 5th anniversary.
It's weird because it's the 6th episode me and Ills have done. Because 1 through 4 was like some other shit.
No, this is the 5th.
No, because it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Math.
This is our, this is my 10th episode. This is Ills' 6th. That's weird. That's going to follow us all.
I know. That's going to be like the biggest discrepancy ever, dude.
We should maybe do like prequels, right? Like, 1 through 4 is available, but like we can just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they do like the Phantom Menace?
So where we go back and redo 1 through 5?
Yeah.
We talk about the same topic, but like we just put our little twist on it.
We do 1 through 4, right? Like the new 1 through 4, right? Like we revise history, right? Yeah. And then at the end of 4, we kind of lead into the 5th, like the first episode. And we, you know what I mean? Just like they did the whole, we'll name them Luke and Leia. You know what I mean? Like that shit.
You're Leia.
Yeah. I do have tits.
Yeah. Buns.
Buns. I have buns, my guy. We could do
just for the reader and listener out there.
The reader.
Wherever you are.
Anybody who reads listening to that.
You could probably like subtitle this bad boy on YouTube and it'll play like the shitty version of.
Oh yeah. There are auto-generated captions.
Those things are so fucking bad, dude.
Yeah, they're pretty rough.
But for the reader and listener, that was totally intentional. The intro that was made specifically for this.
What
the mid intro. The mid intro.
Yeah.
Dude, this has been a thing. Like we planned this.
Yeah, I like the. I don't know. This is getting into some inside baseball, but yeah, I like the whole. You know what I mean? Like, we just start talking, we do our shit, and then we're like, hey, it's us again. Like,
Yeah. You know, it's funny, dude. Like, if somebody actually listens to this one day and they're just like, yeah, just weird, skips this part, you know?
yeah.
Never gets to it, just listens to the first, what was it, like half hour of this?
Yeah.
First 29 minutes.
Yeah.
It just stops at that point. How could you stop at that point? It was just getting good.
A lot of people, I know, like, when it comes to, like, comedy specials, people stop listening at, like, the 22-minute mark on average. Like, there's points, right? Like, all the podcasts I listen to, I go through 1, 2, 3 hours. You know what I mean? I do the whole clip. On average, a lot of people, and we can find those, YouTube's got our shit, they'll tell you, hey, on average, they listen to 6 minutes of it and shut it right the fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm the same way. I can't really, you know what? I'll listen to long podcasts, but I don't like when there's just like super quick releases, because I like to take my time on a podcast, right? Like, if it's a 2-hour long thing, I'll take a listen to it over like the next 2-3 days, right? And then if they drop another one, I'm like, fuck, man, now I gotta finish this one, then I gotta listen to this one, and then I just get like caught in the middle of this one episode trying to finish it, and then something interesting pops up, and I'm like, shit.
That's what fucks me up with Rogan.
Yeah, same. That's exact. I didn't want to name drop, but yeah.
Yeah. But what I do is, when a podcast comes out, it's like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I like the guest or whatever it is. I'm just like, cool. That's 4 matches a league. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I could just listen to a podcast. I have to be multitasking.
I can't, man. I only listen to podcasts in the car. I feel
Really?
like that's the
okay.
And now I'm like super fucking limited because obviously I work from home, so I'm not traveling. Like, I literally cut down, like 10 hours of my life? That's it.
Yeah.
That's 10 hours of my life of podcasts gone, dude. That's like 5 episodes of Rogan, dude.
That's true.
I can't fucking listen to it.
It's like 3 episodes of
Now
Rogan.
I just listen to about 2 hours. Yeah, some of them.
He gets up to like 2 and some change.
Yeah.
3 now, yeah. He's up there. Yeah.
Same as us. We're like at 2.5 at least.
Yeah, we've
usually at least 2.
Yeah, we've been hitting 2, right?
But we like bullshit about like stupid things. He's actually out there like saving lives and shit right now, dude.
I'm so amazed. I listen to that shit, and homie is so fucking like, he's got questions all the fucking time. Yeah. He had Red Band on the other day. I love how it's a podcast about a podcast. He had Red Band.
Podcast.
Yeah. He had Red Band on the other day. I could see him in his last hour petering out like, yeah, man, what if aliens are real? You know what I mean? Like, he gets into that bag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think there's a person in this world that doesn't get into that bag. I feel like every person in this world is just at least somewhat fascinated in the unknown. That they're like, let's talk about aliens. Like you know, every single person in this world has had a conversation about aliens once. At least once.
That's true. And they gotta be out there. I know they're out there.
Statistically, they have to be out there. Sadistically, they have to be out there.
Can you imagine the generation that just grows up with aliens? And they're
like boys, like it's like fucking Tommy from down the block, and he's actually on the move.
Yeah, it's homie with 6 fucking eyes just chilling in the room with us doing a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, let's say it's our great grandchildren, and it's us and some other cats, and
fuck, I hope they don't do a podcast.
And there's like 2 different aliens. Like, they're different too. They're from different races. And when they're all just sitting around podding.
Timmy and Tommy.
Yeah.
The Nooks.
Yup. Yeah, they're just fucking. Dude, I mean, that's
human raccoons.
Picture the generation that's like, you know what, that piece of shit Glorbot fucking ratted me out in school today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
We talked about this.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we talked about how space, traffic is going to be in space. There's going to be this whole life of just like, space is going to be cool for one generation, and then next, you know what I mean? Like this whole like, oh man, and then the next generation is going to be like, man, fuck aliens. There's going to be like aliens.
What do you think? Do you think people will be like? Would that even be called racist? Like, is that like?
Yeah, it's going to be like.
Would that even be like?
It's going to literally be more accurate when people.
Do you think every human in the world would be like fine with each other, like doesn't care about like ethnicity or whatever, and like
as soon as aliens pop up,
they're like, now we're all one, and now y'all are the fucking scumbags of the universe type shit.
I think of a comparable. First off, Earth is the Kensington of the universe of the galaxy. We know this.
Well, we have Kensington, so yeah.
But our planet is the Kensington of the rest of the galaxy, as far as we know.
But it could also, well, you know what? No, actually, I'll kind of take that back because that goes both ways. We could either find that there are aliens that are less advanced than us or more advanced than us. And that, I feel like, would determine the way that we would act. Right?
Sure.
So if they're more advanced than us, then obviously we have to be more respectful. Like, these motherfuckers got, like, laser beams pointed at us at all times. We're like, all right, man, maybe I shouldn't call this guy a three-eyed fucking great shit. Like, maybe I'll hold that back, right? Like, But then if we discover these fucking and be like, look at these pond scum fuckers, like, fucking Europa.
Yeah, you'd hope
this is our fucking town now.
You would hope we would treat them like with the Prime Directive, like, oh, let's not fuck with them, let's let them do their own thing, let's be respectful if we bump into them, you know what I mean? But I mean, if we bumped into a comparable civilization, let's just say we bumped into just the green version of us, you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I think
Green Dawn.
That'd be a Green Dawn. That'd be a Green F My podcast. Yeah, but
it's just everything.
There's
the same, just in green.
There's got to be an alien podcast, and right now it's just Alien Don and Ills, and they're just like, yo, what if there's these fucking regular humans out there?
what if these fucking white guys are out there?
Yeah, white guys
talking shit on the airwaves. Can you imagine that?
I think if we bumped into a comparable civilization and it was kind of murky whether, like, how we feel about them, I feel like humans would all get on board with it and say, all right, we're done with this racism, but we got other people to hate.
Pick and choose shit.
I'm done with fucking with black people. I mean, we're all good now. You know what I mean? I think that's how civilization would act. Like, we'd all start wearing the same suit everywhere. You know what I mean? I look like we're all in the military.
Yeah. Well, because at that point, we'll all be, like, united, right? We're like, we are Earth, right? Because you'd have to establish yourself at that point. You're like...
Everybody's got a warm onesie on, walking around. Yeah.
Tinfoil hats and shit, dude. Mm-hmm. Tinfoil suits.
Yeah, exactly. Every day is, you know what I mean, business attire for the aliens. You know what I mean? We all got to look sharp because they might blow us up with lasers if we ain't acting right.
But that, well, so I'll give you this other scenario then.
Okay.
What if we are of equal power?
Mm-hmm.
What if, we got WMDs and they got WMDs?
What, they got slow-ass nukes, so it'll take forever to get the end, and vice versa?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
we find out on Venus motherfuckers are out there. Right?
Yeah, okay. That's pretty close, but all right, I'm with you.
Yeah. But, like, we're X amount, right? We're X far away from each other, and then they show up, they start talking shit, we start talking shit, and they're like, square up, But, like, who do you think, like, do you think we would be like, all right, you know what, let's fuck these dudes up, or do you think they'd be like, let's be diplomatic about this, let's figure this out, man, we don't need to...
I feel like it's really precarious, right? Because the first time you bump into aliens... Best case scenario, you got a Sean Donnelly kind of cat on the scene that's like, hey, because I'd love to be the ambassador to the aliens. I'd be like, yo, guys, what's up? We're all good. You know what I mean? Cool. We come in peace. Yeah. Something like that. I'd be like, yo, we're cool, right? Give me a handshake. You know what I mean?
It'd be like that episode of Futurama where they're like, what? He just said fire the nukes.
Yeah.
Talked about my mama.
Yeah. I try to bump elbows with them, whatever we're doing now, right? I'd be on that shit. But, like, you never know when and if it happens, if it's gonna be like a conflict, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you bumped my fender, motherfucker, out in space, and then they just hop.
Apollo 18, bastard, knocked the bumper off of me.
Both of them just hop out the fucking ship. No one's got insurance. They start shooting at each other. You know what I mean? You never you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know how it's actually gonna happen if it happens. Yeah. So it could be militaristic. It could be like that. You would hope it would be this. Oh, I come in peace. You know what I mean? Like, the guy's like, I'm ready to blow you. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I guess it depends on... Well, you know what? Now, I think, like, with judging by humans' past, like, relations and, actions, I feel like the aliens would show up and they'd be like, yo, what's up, man? We your neighbors. And they'd be like, who? What'd you come here on? Oh, you stranded here?
Yeah.
Like, we go... Oh, you can't go back to your planet?
Some nice rims, dog.
Some nice spaceship, my guy. We take that shit to Nevada, like
we got a
fucking area.
We got a warp drive. Let me peep that, man. We got some of those back home, dog. Let me look at that shit.
Fucking and that's exactly what happened in Roswell.
You think we would just? You think we just humans just whip jack them?
They probably would, dude. They'd be like,
that's so funny.
Oh, it's like, could you imagine like the shit that went down at Roswell, right? Like supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah.
It's like dude crashes. Like, can you imagine like that alien just scraping out like the debris of a spaceship? And he's like,
Oh yeah.
I need water. Like,
Back's fucked
you know?
up. Yeah.
It's like, get this heavy chunk off of me. And then humans are like,
Oh, you think we just put him up on cinder block? So that's what that statue is.
It's like, yeah, it's like watching
For Men in Black, yeah.
just like a fucking bicycle tied to a pole on like 63rd Street. Like,
Yeah, just
you know they're gonna take the rims, the fucking tires, the whole thing. Just leave the shit hanging there.
take your bike,
Take the whole
spray paint it black.
Take the whole thing.
Yeah, with that bitch next
engineer
to
it,
it. Yeah, yeah.
Nah, it was a water balloon, bro. What are you talking about? We sent it right back up there.
God, that's so funny. Yeah. Fuck, I really hope we don't do that. Like, we'd be big fuck ups if we did. You know what I mean? Like, I'd wipe my hands at the human race if we fucked up that bad.
I don't know. I mean, we could. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say that. Like if that alien was alive. I mean, like, who's to say that? Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's such a weird topic to talk about because it's like
It's all theoretical.
It could be, yeah, because it could be either way though. Like, I think that we're not stupid enough to be like, okay, let's just completely decimate this fucking dude's body and just figure out what the fuck he is and where he came from, right?
Yeah.
And then also while we're at it, like with the spaceship, but at the same time, I feel like they wouldn't be as diplomatic about it. They would be like, "Oh, you're dying. Here's some water, bro. Like, tell us where'd you come from?" Like, I don't know.
I feel like that was back. That was back in the 50s, right, Roswell?
Yeah.
I feel like they probably thought he was a communist and shot him. You know what I mean? Like, that was the first thing they thought of was just the Red Scare, right? This is that shit Joe McCarthy was telling us about. Here goes the fucking communist. Bam, bam. You're done.
But that was such a crazy like incident, though. They said it was at first they thought that it was an alien vehicle, right? They thought it was a UFO, and they literally dropped it to the public. They had the military show up, scoop the fucking thing up, right? Take it God knows where, which is Area 51 at that point. Okay. And then, like 2 days later, they were like, "Yeah, it's just a weather balloon." Like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, who the fuck? Like, who just? Yeah, it was. They're right. Why would they lie to us?
And you know what's fucked up is that if all that shit was, if that's legitimate, right? If it was just some kind of weather balloon or just some kind of, like, a UFO is a UFO, it's unidentified. We don't know what it is. You know what I mean? So it doesn't.
Most people think of UFOs as like aliens.
They think aliens.
Yeah.
We're just like, that's some shit we don't know about.
Yeah, but when you technically classify a UFO, it could be anything. Like, it could just be literally fucking debris. Russia's spy plane.
Yeah,
right?
could be debris. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could be debris from space. Could be a kid's science project. You know what I mean? It literally just we don't immediately recognize what we just saw. Yeah, so that's true. Yeah, people kind of inflate that shit. They hear UFO, they're like, "Oh, cool. Let's put our fucking tinfoil hats on and talk." You know what I mean? Just, you know, there's a fucking documentary. It's called Zeitgeist. It's on YouTube. And then the last half hour of it, it turns into this whole different thing. And this guy pitches why the moon landing was fake. And I swear to God, it's so convincing. I don't believe it, but I bought into it. I was like, oh, I see why they think that, right? It's so funny I know this is kind of random. It's in a similar ballpark, but like,
it's close.
Yeah, it's so funny how, like, when you present information in a certain way, how convincing a person can be. It's so easy to just, you know what I mean? Like,
it's the persona. Like, that's how, like, fucking most people, like, most shit leaders have gotten people to follow them.
Most sales are based on just the persona, right?
That's true.
It's just the weirdest thing. Just if you just present, you know, my buddy Mike, I swear to God, him and me were talking one time, and he said, here's what's fucked up about the people that believe the government are these well-meaning actors that are doing the right thing, and you know what I mean? And then you have the people who are like, it's all conspiracy, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have that shit. He said the best thing once. He said, both sides are assholes about their point. Right? And that's why it's so hard to buy into something, because the people that believe that the government and then, like, everyone's an honest actor and everything's cool and we're just doing our best, they're so emphatic about having you believe that. You know what I mean? As if they know it's fact. And then the conspiracy jackasses, they're on the other side talking about, well, hey man, fucking jet fuel doesn't melt at this fucking temperature.
I mean, they do bring up some good points, right? Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it's kind of just like, I mean, I don't know. You can't almost push it off as coincidence, but at the same time, you sit there, you're like, huh, this guy brings up a good point.
Yeah. Every conspiracy theory I've ever heard, there's been a little gem of truth to it where I'm like, it's a fucking good point.
But it's so funny though. It's like I don't know if some stupid fuck in their basement like could figure out the flaw in this in like let's use 9/11 as an example, right? Like do you think that honestly if the U.S. government, which I'll give you 100% truth here, right? Like it's definitely believable, some of the conspiracy theories, right? It sounds like it would be made up. Like it makes sense. All the evidence to back it up and to not back it up makes sense. That's right. We can agree to that. But at the same time, it's like, do you really think that if somebody were to plan something like that, they would just miss such a simple feature? They're like, man, totally forgot the equation here. Totally forgot that jet fuel doesn't melt steel beams. Like, fuck. Like how like do you think like George Bush showed up to that dude's fucking house and was like, you motherfucker, like you damn near cost us the fucking whatever.
It's like you're the greatest mind on 4chan, right? And you're doing all your research and Eureka, I got to figure it out.
But if you're planning something like that, you're a fucking genius, right? Like if your goal is to say go to Iraq to capture fucking more oil. So you're like, let's fake an attack on our American soil.
You're not gonna miss shit.
You're not gonna fucking be like, oh yeah, well, you know, we could just let that one slide. Nobody will figure it out. Like, you fucking cover every single possible variable. You're like, everything.
And my thing is, the greatest minds out there, right, that are independent of all this shit, they're going to make those points. It's not going to be some jackass on fucking 4chan that's like, Eureka, I got to figure it out. There's going to be a smart dude that just doesn't work for the government or someone that's going to be like, that's an interesting point. How about this? How about that? You know what I mean? He stayed awake during chemistry one fucking day and just learned something. Like the the jet fuel thing, right? I swear to God, when I heard that, it blew my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right, it doesn't melt, you know? Because I'm stupid. And then like 5-10 years later, someone was like, hey man, it doesn't have to melt. Like, it doesn't have to fucking become molten steel. It's just got to weaken the integrity halfway, and then it bends and snaps. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be magma, right? It doesn't have to change into a plasma state, right?
Did you ever see like those YouTube videos where they're like explaining why did you sound like that?
No, I'm ready. I know where you're at.
Yeah. But I'm
a few deep. I'm with you.
Yeah, clearly there's been quite a few video fucking reviewals here.
Yeah.
But if you were like, I don't know if you've ever seen these ones, but they're like, oh yeah, like here's the fucking conspiracy, blah blah blah, and then they're like, there's like, this is my favorite one of all time, bro. There's like, this is top 10 conspiracy things, and it's like 9/11, and then they like show the Twin Towers like blowing up and fucking sinking, right? Like, you remember how they just like fell flat?
Yeah, the one just falls,
And then you were seeing the fucking debris, it was like a skull face, dude.
Yeah.
That shit kills me, dude, because it's like, come on, dude. Like,
top 10 anime conspiracies.
It's like, what do you mean? Like, that's... Because you know what? Whoever planned this totally accounted for this. They were like, listen, let's throw an Easter egg in there, bitch. Let's just make sure that the debris falls a certain way.
This is Madden 99. We're throwing Easter egg at you.
Let's make sure that if we can't do the whole missile thing, right? We'll do the planes, all right? We'll settle for that. But listen, man, when the Twin Towers come crashing down, there has to be a fucking a fucking meme face in there.
A Skull and Bones logo, so you know Bush did.
There has to be a Jolly Roger, baby. Like, throw a Jolly Roger in there, like. What the fuck? I mean, come on.
Yeah, they swear, like, it's just like...
They're like, throw that bitch please face in there, like...
Yeah.
Memes, dude.
Yeah, it's like the government and corporations, like, they do a lot to fuck people openly. You know what I mean? And then there's dudes who, like, fold $20 bills into a fucking... Fucked. Yeah, they do all this conspiracy shit. It's like, nah, dude, this shit's right on Front Street. Yeah. You know? As far as, like, redlining and all this other shit that the government does to fuck with people and minorities. It's like, nah,
that fucking folding the $20.
Yeah, there's dudes that fold it down like, look,
that's so funny.
Look, George Washington's head looks like a nuke. Do I know it? You know, there's $20 with they look at the Twin Towers and shit. It's like, nah, man, there's plenty of dumb shit that if you, there's so many layers to it. Because on the face of everything, if you just know if you just know the facts that are reported, you can say, hey, man, there's a lot of dumb shit that goes on in this country. Right? There's just a lot of fucked up, just in general. And I feel like after that, once you look into those things, you kind of get a greater story of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you talk to any asshole, you talk to him for 5 minutes, he tells you his side of a story, you walk away like, okay, fucking, I thought you were a dick, but I kind of see your point. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
That's fair to say.
Yeah, because we don't have that in public discourse today, where it's like you hear the other guy. You just hear he did
The guy
this.
that's talking louder usually.
Yeah, it's the people on Twitter that repeat their thing 6 times with like clapping emojis. They're like, "This is what it is," and it's just like, dude, how do these dumbasses like, dude?
Because everyone's an expert nowadays, especially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dudes
Fucking
that ain't got shit to do.
graduated Twitter Academy, dude.
Dudes fresh off a League of Legends loss are gonna
Yeah, right.
They're gonna Google, dude. This podcast is way better when we're drinking. They're gonna come off
This
a
is my
loss.
second beer. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, I'm like, but look, they're gonna come straight off a loss and talk about, oh yeah, dude, I googled this. Fucking, I'm looking at this.
Could you imagine being so fucking angry at a video game that you just like Google a conspiracy and just
Yeah, and you
retweet it?
You just have a new
like
life. Yeah,
30 years later, you're like,
Yeah.
fucking Roswell was real, bitch. What?
yeah. You just lost to a Darius top lane, and now all of a sudden you're like, you have a whole new
The
identity.
fucking moon landing was fake.
Yeah.
Just like that loss, it's not on my record. Because I quit
You know, it's funny.
beforehand.
A friend, you know about QAnon, right? You heard about that?
No, I don't know what that is.
Okay. QAnon, a friend, somebody I don't want to mention their name, their friend is a QAnon kind of conspiracist. QAnon is this whole thing where it's a thing that popped up on 4chan. And the guy that originated the OP, the original poster, he claims that he's like a deep state, like FBI. He's in the FBI. He's anonymous. He doesn't tell anyone who he is. And he swears that like the government right now is like, there's a war between like the current administration and like the deep state, and they're trying to like unearth all these fucking like sex trafficking rings and all this other shit. You know what I'm talking about? And and it's all done. And the core of it is there's just a dude trying to sell books. All right.
Oh, so he's the author of this shit?
Yeah. There's a guy.
But how does he put a name to it if he's anonymous?
Well, there's a guy that's adjacent to it that's like, oh yeah, look, I documented all the QAnon shit, and they all kind of think like interested.
Wait, so he's the guy that, like,
Yeah.
that just writes the fucking biography of this dude? Like, is that what it is?
There's a guy acting as a guy named QAnon. That's what he goes on as far as the internet. And he he disseminates this information, and half of it's kind of in code, and he's kind of winking and nodding the whole time. And he's saying, here's what Trump's doing, here's how the deep state's trying to act against them, right? And then there's people adjacent to that go under their real name, and they're like, oh, I've documented all this, and then there's like 2 or 3.
So they're like, I'm publishing this one. It's not me, but it's somebody that I.
There's like 2 or 3 like book publishers who were like, yeah, here's what we think it is. You know what I mean? And a lot of people think like, okay, one of these guys is QAnon. They're just selling books, and there's just
buying those fucking books. Dude.
There's just dudes in their 40s and they ain't got nothing to do, and
they
want to feel like they're James Bond light. You know what I mean? They want to feel like they're in on the conspiracy or some shit. You know what I mean?
It's like, you know what I don't know. For me, when I read into those like those fucking conspiracy buffs on Twitter and fucking Reddit and shit, dude, I like the only thing that I can ever think of is like that copy pasta with like the Marine guy where he's like, oh, I've got like 50 confirmed kills, like I'll find you and fucking like right this minute I'm tracing your IP, like you little shit, like that's what it reminds me of every single time, dude.
You ever see those videos where like it's a dude with an African accent that's like, I know where you live, you're in Delaware, and the guy, he gives like his full name and he's like silent like that, and he's like, how did you know that? And the guy's like, you don't disrespect me, boy. I'm the captain now. Yeah? I never do. I never know what's real on the internet anymore. I swear to God. You know what? It's been brought to my attention. I have to I talk like a fucking Philly moron. And I should enunciate more, right?
Enunciate what?
It's just been enunciate my words. This has been my enunciation podcast. Like, I've been trying my best to actually sound like a guy who knows the English language,
like a decent person.
Yeah, because you've listened to the, if you listen.
I heard you say water like 50 times.
Yeah. and I just sound like
What is that? That's not even a word.
I think I sound like this. Hey man, you wanna go get a cheese stick? You know what I mean? Like I feel like I sound like an asshole. Yeah, I feel like
Who gave you this feedback?
you know, actually, just me listening back to it. I'm lying. There's no other dude.
Okay, so that's where all of our.
I just
are.
listened to it again, and I'm like, I sound like a fucking dope. I have to start sounding like a.
I feel like I sound stupid too. Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I sound dumb.
You're
weird.
okay. I don't mind you.
Nah, I don't know.
I can listen to you. When I go back and listen to me, I'm like, fuck, man, I need elocution.
That's what it is. It's a perspective thing, I think.
Yeah.
So for me, like, I don't know. I find it weird to listen to my own voice because I'm like, that's not what I sound like to myself. I sound different. I feel like that's probably what it is.
I think if we don't mind, if I don't care what I sound like, you don't care what you sound like, we just trusted it. Because I think you sound okay.
I think you sound better.
Really? That's fucked up. I think you sound better.
When I listen to it, I'm like, you sound better. You sound more. You don't sound more proficient in what you're talking about. You just sound better. That's all.
Okay.
Like you're spewing bullshit, and I know you're spewing bullshit, but you just sound better because your voice sounds better.
I talk great, but you're a great talker. Yeah, like
guess.
that Rocky shit. I fight great, but you're a great fighter.
I'll lead you follow.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. That actually, I feel better now because I feel like I sound like a dope the whole time.
We let that one air out.
Yeah.
No, because I seriously, I don't know. Like, I think that I sound like an annoying, like, little shit, dude. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I don't like the sound of my voice when it's on a recording.
I see why you think that, but also you come off as the more professional of us too.
Excuse me.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? I come off like maybe, you tell me.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, I've listened to maybe I've listened to about half of them at this point.
Okay. Appreciate the support.
I go on my fake account.
Yeah. Dude.
It's one of our subscribers.
You reload.
Yeah.
That's all our views.
No. I literally only make sure that I click on it once because I don't want to like.
Yeah, I don't want to skew
trick.
The views.
Yeah, I don't want to like trick the views or nothing. But I do. Yeah, like I subscribe to the channel. I should probably do it on like a couple other accounts just to be like, you know.
I would pay for subscribers because
that's a fucking market nowadays, dude. That is a fucking business, man.
That's the problem. Is that look? If you're trying to be a Twitch streamer, I'll give you an example. Right? You can't get high up on the thing, right? Like, look.
Yeah.
I'll pay for a bunch of views and subscribers, but then I got to turn those into actual views and subscribers. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's just a whole.
It's like the same shit on like Instagram, dude. You go in there and you got like a bunch of people fucking botting around, like, yo, I'll give you 1,000 followers for like $50.
Yeah.
It's just like people advertising like fucking people following your page or like viewing your shit or liking for likes or whatever the hell it is. It's like it's fucking nuts, dude. And then you got like the official logos and shit, right? Like you've seen that, like the verified symbols and shit. Like some bots like fucking market that. Like it's crazy, dude.
I always felt like the first thing I would do was go to like an official page, like a guy that's got 6 figures in likes, and say, hey, dude, I'll give you $50, $100, tweet my shit out. You know what I mean? Advertise for me. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think. Fuck, man. I think
we also talked about this. We're giving out way too much fucking info here.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to be cautious about how we're doing this.
This is a lot of inside.
Somebody's going to start a podcast listening to this, and they're going to get a lot more viewers than we are. And I'm that's a conspiracy theory.
Only difference is, though, they ain't got Don and Nils.
That's true.
I hear all the other pods, man. They all fucking blow chunks. Okay? They start off, they all sound like NPR when they start. Right? They all do their thing. They ain't got me. They ain't got you. They don't do the shit talk.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. They just, look, I'll give out free game all week. You sound like shit. I tune you off. Even guys I want to kind of listen to, like, oh, let me be in the community. I listen for 5 seconds. I'm like, nope, nerd.
You're not the one to share my fucking glorious cast with the world.
Oh, I'll take the ad. I'll take the exposure all day. I don't care if you're Joe Blow at the block. But yeah, some of these guys I hear and I'm like, nah, man, fucking.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of questionable fucking content out there, man. Like, it's weird. I would go as far as to say that our content is questionable. Like, I don't know, like, what market you would just, I don't know. Like, I can't like just I don't know like who would listen to
who listens to this shit. I think here's the thing.
Like what kind of like demographic listens to this?
When I hear this, I think, hey man, this is guys like me who are like that shut off the music on their gaming and they just listen to a podcast.
Two dudes just fucking bullshitting their ass off.
Just nerds who are just like, cool, I'm just gonna be into this. You know what I mean? Like I'm playing like there's there is a number. Who knows what it? There is an X amount of people, and I feel like it's probably a large amount, mostly from the gaming community, who is like, I want to listen to the FMI podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's a big chunk. We just ain't ran across them yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. Like, but there aren't really any like video game podcasts out there that I can.
There's video game
think
podcasts,
of,
but they all suck. I mean, these dudes are like, they suck. They're like dropping sound effects into their shit. You know what I mean? Like boing. Yeah. They got like some. Yeah, they got copyright free music to start off, and they're like, "Hey guys, we're gonna talk about Resident Evil 3 remake." And it's just,
jeez.
yeah, and it's like, oh, dude, like I love this better. This is this like, you know, the Joe Budden podcast, right?
We talk less about video games than like. Stupid bullshit, to be honest, though.
We're in this weird...
You know what's crazy? Because, like, video games is, like, my biggest, most proficient fucking topic, I think.
Yeah.
And I talk so little about video games anymore that it's crazy.
Well, here's the fucked up part, right? The Joe Budden podcast. That's a music podcast. They talk about hip-hop. 95% of the time, they bullshit the way we do. We're a gaming podcast, but we bullshit 95% of the time about other shit. You feel me? We just slingshot back to it once in a while, like, oh yeah, how's your peaches doing? You know?
I still don't have any peaches.
Yeah, you got pears, right?
Yeah.
Are you getting jammed up on the Easter now?
Oh yeah, I fucking hate it, dude.
Yeah,
it's disgusting. It's fucking bullshit because literally half of what I used to do on a daily basis is now just fucking eggs, and it's dumb as fuck. Like. Yeah. I don't need these fucking eggs. I can't sell them. I can't do shit with them. Like
you can't sell them. What are they for? Like, you gather them for like an event item or some shit?
Yeah, so you craft like different fucking items that come around that like you apparently either find. So I've only found one message in a bottle Easter event DIY recipe. Okay. And then the other ones you just find throughout like collecting the different eggs that they have. So it's like you find the one that I had was like basically outfits of an egg. Of like every single kind of egg that you find. Okay. So it'll be like wood or like rock or earth or water or air. And then like after you get an X amount of those eggs, it'll be like, ha! Brilliant! Found a fucking idea. And then like, boom. Comes up with the thing. Yeah, he comes up with the thing, comes up with the recipe, and then boom, he just crafts a fucking eggshell of that like type outfit. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, yeah, that's
But it's disgusting because, so my problem with it is, right, like, so I used to rely on fishing a lot, right, like, to make bread. I would go to fucking islands.
Oh, yeah, now you're getting all eggs, right?
Now it's all fucking eggs, dude. Yeah. That's all you fucking get. Like, why the fuck are you giving me eggs? Like, stop. Yeah. It's every fucking fish, dude. I swear to God.
You can't live your life.
So I found yeah, no. So I found the thing, right? So basically it's only a certain fish shadow that you get an egg. It's always guaranteed. It's always like the medium version. I think they just took out every single fucking medium fish there is in the game and just replaced it with the water egg. But you could still catch fish at smaller size or like extra small size and then large and then extra large will still be regular fish. Okay. But then the medium sized fish, which are the most fucking common ones, are all water eggs.
I see.
Yeah. And then half of your fucking cracks in the dirt throughout the day, right? Like every day it refreshes, so you're supposed to have like 4 fossils on your island, right? Every morning. So you go around like that's your daily routine. You dig up 4 things. You're supposed to get 4 fossils. Now you get 3 fucking fossils and like a billion fucking shit dirt eggs.
Oh, so they're fucking up.
You'll see a crack, you'll be like, yes, my fossil, and then you'll dig it, and it's a fucking egg, and it's a fucking disappointment every time, dude.
So I feel like when you have a holiday event in a game, it's supposed to be extra boxes, extra.
No, it's extra dog shit. This is the worst fucking event. Like, it almost makes me want to fucking like break my habit and time travel to past this fucking point to where I don't ever see these eggs again, dude. Because it's until fucking April 12th. Or the 13th, or whatever the hell. It's 12th. Because it's up until Easter.
Jeez.
Yeah. So there's 2 more fucking weeks of this bullshit, and I'm making half the fucking bells that I'm making before. Like, I can't even fish properly, dude. And I feel like ever since this event started, like, my luck has just been dog shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I think it might be with the season change because the same fish and the same bugs aren't out. Okay. So I'm not making as much bells anymore.
I got you. And yeah, it's just fucking you up because it's like
it's a different routine now. I feel like.
Yeah, you've unlocked, like, I know that people have already unlocked all the Easter shit, the DIY shit or whatever, right? And now they're just like, oh, cool, man. We're just gonna stay here like assholes, not make any money, right?
Yeah.
And just fucking good.
Yeah, but it's like, it's so... Dude, I hate this fucking event, honestly.
I hear you.
Nintendo, if you're listening.
Yeah, Nintendo. Shigeru Miyamoto, listen up, asshole.
Yeah.
Call you out by name.
What is that guy of Nintendo of America? His last name's Bowser.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that guy? Motherfucker, you better take that event out. Fucking dog shit, dude. It's so bad, though. Like, it really is. It's so fucking infuriating. Because, honestly, dude, I used to look forward to turning on my Switch every fucking morning, right? As I sit there and fucking work.
Yeah,
now I'm like, fuck. Now I'm like,
it.
every single fucking crack that I dig into, I'm like, is it an egg or is it a fossil? And every time it's a fucking egg, I get a little bit more red.
Yeah,
Like,
I
get more fucking aggravated. I get more annoyed. I get more pissed off. And then, like, every time I see a stupid balloon, this is the worst part, because normally when you hear that little whooshing sound, like of air, like whistling, right, you're like, that's a fucking balloon. You're like, that's a recipe, or that's gold, or that's bells, or something, right? It's something good. And no, now you look at it, no, it's a shit rainbow-colored bullshit fucking balloon that you're gonna shoot down, and it's gonna give you a fucking air egg.
I like the idea of you turning red. Like, you start from your feet, and you find an egg, and you're like, and it's just... It goes up your hands.
Yeah, it's like a
it goes to your nose, up to your glasses, and
as soon as it goes past my eyes, it's like,
yeah, you're full red. Your face changes a little.
Yeah,
they fucked me over. You know, League of Legends is my shit, right? They fucked me over. So my main is his Fiddlesticks, right? He's a mage that you can use for the jungle or support, right? They reworked him. He's a whole new character now, right? He looks different. He moves different. He's got one different. His abilities are very similar, but one's very different, right? I used to like him because you know how, like, in League, the minions all kind of come together and then they fight?
Sure.
So with Fiddlesticks, my main thing was I could...
This dude's name's really Fiddlesticks?
Fiddlesticks.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he's a goofy looking dude. He moves around like he's a scarecrow. He moves around like an asshole. He's very goofy, right? Now he's all menacing. He drags himself. He's got one fucking dead hand.
He's like a fucking one of those, like the scarecrows from World of Warcraft, like the fucking harvesters.
Yeah. He's skinny and shit. He's all sticks. He carries a wand. But like, all right. So what you used to be able to do is when the minion wave was coming up, I could throw my E ability, like my little poke, my damage. I could throw it at a minion. And it's like a crow, and it hits the minion, and it goes up the line, and it bumps, and it hits a champion, does a little damage, right? The first time I saw a Fiddlestick support, I loved it, because I said, oh, this is a great way to stay out of lane, just poke and be a fucking asshole. You know what I mean? It's the best, it's like the best strategy. You're so safe, you know? They reworked them. Now his E doesn't work like that. Now it's just it's like a crescent slash instantly, in a kind of a mid-range kind of deal, right? So it's that. He's got some other shit going on. And I feel like that. I'm a Fiddlesticks one-trick pony, right? That's all I do. There's 140 champions in I know. There's 140 champions in the league. I play one of them.
How the fuck do you even like decide one day that like if I were to pick up League right now, how the fuck would I decide who I want to play as?
You would tool around. You would look at the free champions. You would buy champions that you thought were cool, and eventually you'd find your guy. You know what I mean? It wouldn't take too long.
It's 140 some people, bro. Like,
you end up learning them because you see 10 of them every game.
No, you know what I would do? I would literally look up a tier list of who the best fucking meta characters are, and then I would go, oh, this is a damage character? Okay, I usually play damage characters in this scenario. Okay, here we go. But, like, that doesn't necessarily mean that I like or relate to that character. That's the fucking problem. Like, that. Why do you have so many fucking characters?
Oh, because, that's why...
It's like playing Overwatch. Like, I enjoy, like, this character because he looks cool or he plays cool, like... Yeah. But that's one character. Like, they only have, what, like, 30-some characters? Like, 33?
Is there 33 characters in Overwatch?
Yeah.
How often do they release a character?
They'll drop new characters every once in a while. They just dropped a new character.
Every, like, 3 months or so?
Yeah, like 3-4 months.
Shit, maybe 5. And there's over 30 characters? I remember playing it and there was like...
Yeah, there was like 25, I think, originally. Or 20-something.
Nah, 20-something. There was like...
I'm looking this up as we speak.
Yeah, please do, because there was like 13, 14 champions when it started. 3, 6... I feel like there was 12 originally. Maybe 14, 16. Yeah, it wasn't a lot. That's what makes League interesting, is that there's so many. There's an endless pool of like challenge, right? Because you have 140 characters, so you can run into whatever lane you're picking. You can run into any other dude on the other side, right? And he can play it aggressive. He can play it tight. And you can do the same. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you just see styles clash. And then in the mid to late game, that's where you see the team fight and the different combos that come out of everyone's ultimate and everyone's abilities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what makes League interesting, is that you're never done learning the game. You're never done getting good at it. You're always improving. You're always thinking. There's so much. It's like if you play poker, it's like playing Omaha high-low. You know what I mean? There's so many. It's not Texas Hold'em. There's not a very simple objective ahead of you. There's ways to break even and win and lose or win high. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's really.
It's 31 characters, by the way.
31 characters right now.
Yeah.
Where did they start at?
20 something, 21 if I'm not mistaken.
There's 21 characters that started
Let's see,
Overwatch.
hold on.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Hold on. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 was the original.
21.
Yeah.
That was the Ills Count segment of the F-Mod podcast.
Well, that's because I remember who the original ones were.
I got you.
I
damn.
can math.
21. I can math.
Yeah, and then they added Anna, which was the first character.
Was Anna the first new character?
Yeah, she was the first character.
Okay, and then it was like Doomfist and whoever the fuck else.
Yeah, then it was a bunch of fucking nonsense.
Interesting. Damn, I haven't played Overwatch in so long. There's gotta be millions of months.
I haven't played Overwatch in a while either, man, honestly. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I still keep up with it. Because I do enjoy watching Overwatch League.
Yeah, I'm already talking about it.
So, for me, it's like I still kind of have to keep up with it because it's like goes hand in hand, you know?
I was watching somebody play Tracer the other day and I was like, it's kind of get my dick hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, like, pro players are just fucking insane.
They got
like,
cuts, dude.
Like, watching pro players play Overwatch is, like, completely fucking different than playing fucking Overwatch, like, as a scrub.
Is Genji, like, S tier? Is he considered a scrub?
Nah, I don't think he's good anymore.
Okay. Because I remember at some point, he was hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like, he could fucking kill or he was dog shit.
Yeah. Well, there's always been metas, but it's like, it's always around a team. Because it's like, because ultimately, like, it is a team game. Like, you can play fucking quick play and, like, you just watch everybody just run around and just fucking try and kill each other, but it's like, you're going to get nowhere.
Yeah.
That's why, like, quick play was just dog shit.
Yeah, you kind of need your Reinhardt.
Yeah,
you
so
need
you
your
have
fucking...
to, But now they have role queues.
You need your gun guy.
But now they have role queues, and now I think it's 2-2-2.
Okay.
So you can't have, like, bullshit fucking comps where it was, like, at some point it was, like, 4 tanks
4
and 2 healers.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just literally, like, just beat sticks fucking punching each other for, like, 10 fucking years. And then somebody fucked up mechanically, and then somebody won, and then they pushed the payload a little bit. Like, that was the most boring fucking thing to watch competitively, dude.
Yeah. League has a... every time, like, there's, 3 tanks on a team, they're like, yeah, tank meta.
Yeah.
Because just the tank. Like, for some reason, the top laners, they're always these characters that can just 1v2 and 1v3 the rest of the team. You know what I mean? It's just this weird, you know what I mean? The bottom and the support character can never do shit to the top. Because it's just, if they get a nice lead and they get good creep score, you know what I mean? Like they're doing on the last hit and shit. They always are just these fucking monstrous tanky dudes that you can't do anything about. You know? But yeah, so they fucked up. I have 1.5 million mastery points in Fiddlesticks in League of Legends, right? Mm-hmm. And that means I played them a lot of fucking times. Like the biggest dude has like 9 million points in like Teemo, right? You don't know that guy, but
no,
he's known in League. Mm-hmm. But like, yeah, every time people see the 1.5 million, they're like, "God damn, dude, fucking like who hurt you?" Like. Yeah, it's just a big known number. Like, I just play that guy. I was a one-trick pony. Now I'm a zero-trick pony. Right? And
fuck your whole entire character.
Yeah, because now I'm like, I got to play this guy. I got to learn how to hit skill shots.
They did that with a couple... They did that with a couple... Well, but, like, Overwatch is a different game because it's more like a shooter. So it's like, if you're good at aiming, like, you could carry. Like,
it's true.
You know what I mean? Like, you could just hop into a league with fucking casuals, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna rack this whole thing. That's why it's like when you're watching like pro players fucking stream on Twitch and shit, and it's like it's fun as fuck to watch them just like rip kids apart, right?
Yeah.
Like, just left and right, like this fucking pro McCree dude, or like this
McCree, yeah, the guy.
Widowmaker just running through fucking teams like it's nothing, right? And it's like it's cool to watch because it's like, god damn, like this dude's fucking good as shit, but it's like,
dude, the confidence, right? The balls on these dudes that just run out with dude. Who relies on their fucking aim? Yeah. Like that.
I feel like you can't do that in any other game though. Like you can't really. I mean, can you do that in like MOBAs? Because I don't think you could just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna run through this whole entire team.
In MOBAs, it depends on like if you're a carry, like if you're mid or you're top, then yeah, you usually run a character that like, because you got one carry for both the 3 lanes, right? You got the jungle, and then you have the support character which just shares XP with one lane. Usually bottom lane, right? So the top and the mid are these husky dudes. The jungle's just eating off of jungle creeps, which sucks. And then the bottom 2 are sharing shit. So tops and mids, like a Katarina, like this big ninja bitch. She hits her ult, she just spins and just throws blades everywhere. And it just eats up 3 people at a time.
Wow. So she just like gapes dudes left and right.
Yeah, there is a lot of games, like when someone's smurfing, they're just the fucking shit and they're just running through again, right? Yeah, they're usually half the team's damage.
Jesus Christ.
They're just like fine, you know what I mean? And some characters are built like that. But yeah, tank meta is a big thing in League.
Yeah.
I played a game the other day though. All of us were like it was a poke comp. You know what I mean? We all had poke damage, like just poke from afar. We actually kind of tore into a team with like 2 tanks and the rest of the shit. You know what I mean? It's so with the, like you said, with the 130 characters, it's so fucking random. It's so.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like that's so weird. Like how do you just decide who the fuck you're gonna play that day? Like or just in general. Like I feel like that's just not really new player friendly at all. You know?
You have your. Every week there's your free champions. There's 12 champions that you can just play, right? And there's only people want to draft 10 at a time, you know? So, then they make it a mix, right? So you have mid, tops, bottoms, supports, jungles. You know what I mean? You got your whole... And you kind of watch... The reason I got hooked to Fiddlesticks, I was running bullshit like...
Was it a rotation that month or something?
Nah, I just watched the dude fucking... I just loved his strategy. I was playing against him. I was running... So I decided support was my shit. I always jumped in the queues and I was late in declaring my thing, my role.
That's how I am too in those games. Like I don't play MOBAs by any means because I'm dog shit at MOBAs and I refuse to play MOBAs.
Yeah.
But when I do play games like that where it's like, oh yeah, support, like fucking, you know, tank damage, shit like that. Like I usually run support nowadays, like support or tank, because it's like those are the fucking those are the the roles that nobody really wants to play, because it's like everyone thinks they're the shit at playing fucking Hanzo, so they're like, yeah, I'm gonna insta lock fucking DPS, and that's all anybody the fuck plays anymore in any game, because they think they're the shit. Like they beat up some bots in Call of Duty, so they're like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, I'm top tier fucking DPS. Like, no.
I used to run bot, which is ADC. It's attack damage carry.
Yeah.
Right. And I used to run mid, and I used to run a carry role, or a jungle.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I'm like, well, look, everyone wants to be a fucking carry, right? Everyone wants to fight over.
And then your teams look like shit. It's just a bunch of fucking DPS people on the same fucking team, and that's it. Nobody else, and like one healer, and they're like, what the fuck?
So I decided I would run carry from a support role. So I would be the support, right? And I would kind of do my best. And then, hey, man, I'm going to bust it. You know what I mean? Let everyone else do their thing. And I'm going to do my best just with what I have. You know what I mean?
I find that the most fun that you have in games like that nowadays, like, I'm going to use, like, Overwatch and shit, like, as an example.
Yeah.
It's like, I usually fill at that point.
Yeah.
Where, like, I'll let whoever is in the match, like, pick a thing, and then I'll be like, oh, we're missing a healer, or like, oh, we're missing a tank. Like, I'll drop a fucking thing. Like, I started, like, my later days, and like I said, I haven't played Overwatch in a while, but my later days of Overwatch, like, I literally spent doing that, because the first, like, maybe 80% of the time I played Overwatch, I was like, okay, I'm a fucking DPS. Like, I used to be a good fucking DPS player, but then it was like, that's all anybody would ever want to pick. And it's like, because that's all anybody ever wants to do. It's the fucking, like, stroking your ego type shit, right? Like,
yeah.
But it's like, if you have a shit DPS player, like, you can't kill shit, so, like, you're just getting rolled the whole entire time. Yeah. But it's like, for me, like, and it's the same thing, it goes backwards, too, because it's like, if you don't have a good healer or a good tank, like, you're still gonna get fucking rolled. Like, you could literally be an all DPS team and an all tank team will just roll the fuck out of you.
You can do...
It's like, you can't damage them.
You can't... There's only X amount of damage you can do.
Yeah.
There's only X amount of damage per second. And with a well-balanced team, it's not enough. Yeah. When you're playing...
But that's the most fun that I've had, though, is, like, just... At some point, I was like, you know what? Now, because, like, it was definitely frustrating, like, when you're picking DPS, right? You jump into a match, you're insta-locking DPS. And then all of a sudden, like, nobody wants to fucking support you, right? Everyone's doing their own shit. And now you're not running fucking kills left and right. So you're sitting here like, man, is it just me? Or is it my team comp? Is it my teammates? Like... You know, and then you start building excuses. You're like, fucking shit teammates, right?
Yeah.
Fucking garbage.
Oh,
fucking
it's never you.
Reinhardt, piece of shit.
It's never the team's better. It's always your team
everybody
sucks.
Everybody else, yes.
Yeah.
It's the fucking, the comp is dog shit. It's the healer is trash. It's the tank's not doing his job. But meanwhile, I'm missing every fucking shot. Like, right? But yeah, so, and like, but it wasn't even that. Like, I was genuinely, like, I thought I was pretty decent fucking... Because at the time I was playing Overwatch on console, I was like, I thought I was pretty decent console fucking DPS.
Yeah.
You know? So, I would play like weird fucking DPS characters. Like, you know, in Overwatch, I used to play Pharah all the time, dude. Just fucking slapping kids up left and right and be like, can't even fucking shoot me down because it's console, you know? So you can't fucking aim fast enough.
Yeah.
But then, like, towards my later days, I actually ended up playing. I was like, you know what, man? Like, I'm so sick of this shit because this is like when the game was big as fuck. Like, everyone was like watching fucking Twitch streams and people were like, I want to be just like that guy. I want to fucking have a big dick. I'm gonna fucking insta-lock fucking McCree and I'm gonna miss every shot.
In Apex, everyone wants to play Wraith. Everyone wants to be the fucking gunning through, warping, phasing in and out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and it's just like, like, at some point you realize you have to be the adult.
Yeah. I still have the most kills, the best KD ratio on my Wraith in Apex, by the way.
Really?
And she's my least played hero, dude. Like, she's my least played hero by all the accounts, because it was like Bangalore and Octane.
Okay, I got you.
I played more of those characters than anybody.
Yeah, it's always...
And I have the best fucking, like, ratio of kills.
It's always the characters you play very little of that you have the best records of. The people...
No, but I played a good amount of Wraith, too, though. That's the thing.
I got you.
Like, my best KD is of Lifeline. Like, my KD on Lifeline is like 5.6, dude. It's disgusting.
Wow.
It's absolutely disgusting. Every time I play fucking Lifeline, we literally always hit top 3 no matter what, dude. Every time I played Lifeline, it was stupid as shit. And guess what? Anytime I played with my boys, dude, I was never playing Lifeline. Like,
that's weird.
It was the problem, dude. There was something wrong with the fucking equation. But
like, you are paying them.
Yeah. No, but back to the whole thing, and then like at some point I said, you know, it's like, you know what, fuck it, like I'm just gonna play something else, because at some point, like, you do get bored of playing DPS characters all the fucking time.
You
like,
actually...
it's the same repetition, like the same shit. Like,
I like being the coach on the team, right? And that's what a support.
I'm a good shot caller, I think.
Yeah, that's what a good support does. When I play Apex, part of me doesn't even want to be on the team. Part of me wants to look at all 3 of the characters streaming and shot call.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, everyone landed here. All right, go this direction.
Yeah.
There's shots here, okay?
I feel that.
Attempt the third party. Yeah, I'm like a coach.
Every time I've ever won in Apex, back when I used to play it, it was because I shot called.
Yeah.
Every time. Yep. Every fucking victory, I always remember it was always down to the last 3 teams. And I was like, we got to rush this point. We got to regroup here. We got to do this. I would fucking call it. Like, every single time, dude, without fucking fail. And every time, like, it was just, like, top 5. And it was like, I was like, nah, you know what? I'm just not going to say anything. Or somebody decided they were going to call it. Like, every fucking time we lost, dude.
Oh, yeah. I do that shit, too. I just say, hey, you know what? I'll take any 2 teammates, right? And we'll just run with it, and we'll see what happens. And, yeah, it's just 2 dickheads that just want to fucking shoot people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is you can't beat 57 people all at once. You have to use people against each other. You got to do other type of shit. It's like Denzel said in Training Day, like, dudes in the street are they're too strong. You gotta use the great. You gotta be smart out here. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. Like, there's a lot of strategy in all those games, dude. Like, and like I said, Apex, I think, you know, it's like battle royales are like where strategy comes to life, because you got so many different people in so many different places that you just don't know. Right now in like Call of Duty, dude, there's like fucking like 130 fucking 8 other people, dude.
Yeah, it's like Warzone, right?
It's like 147 other motherfuckers with you, dude.
You got 150 people on the map. Half of them get a second chance when they die.
Yeah.
So
you never know where the fuck they are. Like,
you're fighting 200 fucking people. They can drop in on you at any fucking point with a pistol and that ass.
it's literally 300 people, dude.
Yeah.
Because it doubles up.
Yeah, and then people can rebuy people. You gotta be fucking tight in this game. You know what I'm saying? You gotta play the shit so smart. Like, my girl plays Apex, Warzone, and, you know what I mean? She's kind of tactical, but she's all about, hey, man, let's have some fun. Let's go shoot some shit.
I think the highest that I've gotten so far in Battle Royale Warzone was, like, 7th.
Really?
Dude, it's so fucking hard, I feel like, to get to, like, top. Because it's, like, always, dude, I always drop, and there's, like, a bunch of dickheads dropping with me all the time, and I can't find shit. I feel like there's just way too much. Like, the map is just way too spread out, and there's too much clumping of buildings and loot spots. But then there's so much vastness and emptiness that it's just like there's not.
It's very
enough
Fortnite, isn't it?
There's not enough like you're not gonna find a gun in the fucking chilling in the woods. Like you have to go to a town, you have to go in a building, and chances are some dickhead already dropped there.
I feel like you gotta peep the ring, right? You gotta drop in a spot that's mildly populated. You gotta load up, get your guns, move stealthy, move silently. Don't be out here trying to fucking, you know what I mean, 200 to 0 a dude. You know what I mean? You just play the shit smart. Just be in the corner, you know what I mean? Like, just wait for top 3 and fucking come out and smoke somebody.
You know what I mean? No, it was good though. Like, I like playing, what's it called? The Plunder, the other mode that they got.
I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about that.
Dude, it's so much better. Like, it's so much fun. Yeah, it's literally the same exact map size. And, like, every time you die, you respawn.
Yeah.
But the whole goal of it is to just collect as much money as you can. So the first person to hit 1 million gold, or 1 million cash dollars, whatever the fuck you want to call it, basically advances to the next round. And then, like, at that point, they start, like, a bonus round to, like, get as much money as you possibly can. And whoever has the most money at the end wins the round.
I got you.
But yeah, it's like, and it's crazy because like every person you kill, you get cash. There's like cash that you get from like searching like crates and shit.
Yeah.
You get cash for like doing fucking little quests.
Yeah, the quest. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like different contracts and shit that you get. Like you can like go. There's like bounties. Like you go and like kill the dude, you get money for it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go, like, loot
Scavenger.
shit.
Yeah.
And basically, again, like I said, and then there's also like drops and shit like that they drop like a fucking crate like would fall from the sky, and if you collect it, you get like 100K.
Yeah.
And basically, it's just, like I said, whoever gets the most money at the end basically wins the game. And it's so much better, I think, because it's like, first of all, it's the same concept, but you actually get to bring your loadout into it. So you don't just drop in, like, with fresh
that
shit
is interesting, too, that you're not just, you know, like Apex. It's like, cool, I'll land, I'll get my little 20-20, you know what I mean? I'll move around. And it's like, but I know what I want. I want a 99, I want a 301, I want a fucking Prowler, right?
Yep.
They're just like, cool, man, do enough shit. You'll get everything you want. Perks, guns, attachments, boom, you're good. And I like that they have 2 modes, because you have the plunder mode for people who want to jump in and fuck around and shoot shit.
Yeah, and it's not even like like if you die, you just respawn. Like after, like, what, 15 seconds?
Yeah.
But here it's like, you're dead, you got to start another game, you got to start from scratch, and so on and so on. That's why I think it's definitely better, because it's like, I want to play Battle Royale every once in a while, and I think it's better, like, you know, that heart-racing fucking action. It's like, oh, shit, like, I could die at any moment. Like, I'm going to have to restart all over again.
Yeah.
It's that aspect, but then at the same time, it's like, man, I really want to play the same style of game, but also, like, at the same time, I don't want to just fucking restart all over again, like, with a handgun, you know?
It's cool they gave modes for both types of people.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I love... My favorite time in a Battle Royale is I'm the only guy left on my team. And
everyone's spectating you.
And but look, there's another team that's got all 3 people. I'm the only guy, and we're the top 2. And I'm just running as much as I can until they gun me down. Like that. That's my favorite part of the game. Is I'm gonna take
just running.
Yeah. It's like I'm gonna take a shot on these cats, and they're gonna hit me with overwhelming force, and 95% of the time I'm gonna die. That's my favorite time of the game. Is like. They're all amped up off their fucking kills and their wins and everything they've been doing. I've been playing this shit. I think I'm Solid Snake. You know what I mean? In the game and real life. You know what I
mean? I think the best thing about this Call of Duty being a battle royale is that it's realistically fairly simple and almost like I don't want to say it's easy, but it's definitely simple, right?
Yeah.
To 1v2 or 1v3, like it's because you're not sitting there shooting like 3 fucking billion bars of fucking armor. Like in Apex, it's literally like if you got a fucking purple shield, it's like 100 damage.
Yeah.
It's literally 200 fucking damage, and your gun does like 3 damage per shot. It's like how the fuck are you supposed to 1v3 anybody? Like, explain that. You
got to put a whole 99 clip in someone's fucking head.
Somebody's
to get
fucking
him down,
head, right?
Yeah.
And then his boy turns around. You got to already be reloaded, already aiming at dude, and hope that you fucking have your full shield.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. Like, you mostly will not win 1v3s as an average gamer. Like, as a fucking pro, yeah, you could fucking solo, like, the rest of the 70 fucking people that are in this map.
Yeah.
Sure. But, like, as a regular average dude, like, you definitely will not do that. Like, there's no fucking way. Like, you might get lucky and get some scrubs in the beginning or something.
Yeah.
Sure. But, for the most part, if you're all geared the fuck out, purple armor, everybody, full fucking tricked out fucking weapons, full fucking grenades, whatever the hell, you're probably not going to
last 3 squads, everyone knows where each other's at.
You're not going to 1v3. Like, there's no way.
Yeah. I would tell you by the time I won.
But in Call of Duty, you can fucking do that because that armor is dog shit. It's
not
literally
gonna
3
last,
bars
yeah.
and it's like a quarter of a clip. That's all it
Yeah.
is. You could literally kill a dude with a whole clip, like barely even a clip. Which is great because that gives you more of an advantage. Like if you fucking drop, like you actually killed people pretty quick. Yeah. That's like the one thing I didn't really enjoy about Apex after a while is like it takes so many fucking shots to kill somebody, dude. Yeah. It's like I love sniping somebody from a mile away and just taking their shield down. And then 3 seconds later they show up and they're full fucking shielded. It's like, come on, fuck on, dude. Like what are you what
That's why I like if I come across a Kraber, I like it because I'm like, pat your whole shit. If it's a headshot,
you got a headshot.
You're out, right? If I crack you in the chest, you're down. And then if you're lucky, you can get away. If not, another shot's coming your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But a Kraber is like you may as well hit headshots though.
True.
Because if you're not hitting headshots, you're wasting ammo and you can't replenish that shit.
Yeah, you're trading shots for shield batteries.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's strategy to that, obviously, but end game is all just dickheads with like 50 fucking shields. I mean, and grenades, right? Like, the fuck? That's all it is.
Popping shield batteries off of gold armor.
Oh, let me fucking... I'm gonna fucking shield up. I'm gonna shield up.
What's it like?
That's why I always played that fucking dive tactic, dude, in Apex, because I was like, this dude's shield is down. We gotta go rush this dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, because it's like in Apex, if you sit there and you fucking let him recoup, it's
and you gotta shoot him out, because fucking...
Right. I mean, that's... But like, that's the thing. Like, if I snipe somebody, right?
Yeah.
And let's say it's a 3v3, right? If I snipe somebody, take their whole shield out, they're at a disadvantage. Mm-hmm. Now... Let's say that, again, this is endgame, right? This is just 3v3.
I gotta take advantage of that.
But now but that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Now, so if we don't rush that person and they hide, they shield back up, great, we just wasted a little bit of their shield reserve.
And I'm low.
But now we're back to fucking one-on-one. Like, it's the same shit. Like, and then maybe these guys are better than we are. Maybe this guy's better fucking shooter than my third teammate. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you have to take advantage of shit like that.
You do.
People that played Apex back when I played it, they were just like, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people,
I would rush them, and I'd be like, "No, we have to fucking rush this."
A lot of people love to hang back and snipe and see what happens. Yeah, I ever tell you about the time I was on the roof market? I'm only doing on my team, right? It's three dudes on the other team. I killed them all with a fucking wingman.
Wow, when the wingman was broken, or
before they changed it, before they lowered the ammo. There was 12 shots in the purple clip. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
No,
there was like. Do you remember when it would literally like? One shot would take away your whole fucking shield.
Yeah,
like before they nerfed it for the first time.
Yeah, with a skull piercer, you could hit a dude in the head.
Like, blah, 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 blah.
Now, because it's always been 45. It's always been 45 damage a hit. Skull piercer hit him in the head. It was 90. Skull piercer would break their armor.
Yeah,
if they had purple.
Yeah.
And
then you would just one shot him in the head.
Sure, but it was fucked up because like both of my teammates are down. I got 3 dudes on me. We're on the roof of market. They're not all together, though. They're not, like, connected. Yeah. So I'm kind of 1v1 a couple dudes, and I'm just like, dang, like, I did that shit.
There's definitely nothing more badass in that game than beating somebody with a fucking Peacekeeper.
Yeah.
There's just something about Peacekeepers that was...
A Wraith? Dude, why do every Wraith has a fucking Peacekeeper in 99? Yeah. Every motherfucker just... You run up, they're just running towards you with that fucking with that Naruto run.
Yep.
They switch weapons.
Dead. And
Get
their
the
shots
fuck-
are always on point, dude.
Yeah, dude. Fucking savages. They're behind their screens like, you know what I mean, Mountain Dew amp just fucking running through their veins.
They like stab themselves with that octane shit.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah. They're so fucking into it, dude.
They're like that picture of like that guy in the classroom where he's like sweating, dude, where he's like holding something in, dude.
Yeah.
That's what they all look like, I feel.
Holding something in. Yeah, he's
feel like that's what
he's
they are.
sweating, he's holding something in, and he's got the fucking math around his head. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a double memer.
That's why, hey, dude, there's always a bigger fish. You know what I mean? I don't care if you're Faker. He's the biggest dude in LoL. There's always a motherfucker that's better. You know what I mean? And it fucking beats me up sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just how, like, video games is, dude. Like, sometimes you just, like, I don't know, like, for the amount of times that I bitch in video games, like, the amount of times I call bullshit, right? Where, like, because, you know, again, like I said, recently I've been playing Call of Duty, and, like, you could literally get shot in the fucking leg, and, like, you'll die in, like, a quarter of a clip, which is complete fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
But whatever, right? But like I'll sit there and I'll call that bullshit. And then sometimes I'll watch a kill cam and I'll be like, you know what? No, that dude just outplayed me. That dude is just better than me. Like I'll respect and accept shit like that. But like half the time, dude, I can't sit here and be like, there's no way. Like, cause I know my aim and I know I'm shooting at this dude's upper fucking torso and he's over here clipping my fucking like appendix.
Yeah.
Barely fucking scratching my leg, and his fucking aim is all over like fucking zigzag, like he's playing tic-tac-toe with somebody.
Is that a callback?
Yeah, that's a callback. And I'm fucking over here like, and it makes sense, right? Obviously, if you got shot in the appendix, you'd go down just as quick. But you know, here we fucking are.
That is maturity in gaming when you can look at the kill cam, you can look at the situation and say, you know what, it just got me.
It's very rare though. It's not like it happens all the time, or a good amount of times. It happens every like, I don't know, every time a new moon cycle comes around. That's when it happens. I feel like
A what?
a new moon cycle.
I find myself being like, shit's fair. You know, League is a toxic, competitive fucking game.
Yeah.
I'm always like, hey man, shit was fair, shit was real. Teammates start bitching before the game starts.
Yeah.
They're in champ select talking about we already lost.
That's why I will never in my life play LOL, dude.
I wish I was
Never.
exaggerating too.
Never. No, I know. Because I see this shit all the time. Like, I know how fucking League is, dude. I would never in my life ever play League.
Dude,
Ever.
League,
I refuse to do it.
the League fan base, biggest bunch of insults I've ever fucking met.
No, because I
There's
bitch
shit-
just
there's
as
shit
much,
down.
but like I'm not gonna go out of my way and bitch in a public, private, like lobby, whatever the hell it is. Like I'm not doing that. Like
I'm just like, hey guys, you know,
that's like the most passive aggressive shit.
it's
in
a
the entire
30,
world.
it's a 40 minute game. It's strategic. Dude, fucking us losing the first round of fights ain't gonna fucking, that doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, maybe maybe you suck so bad the other guys got you outclassed, but hang the fuck on. We can eight
You can compensate
strong
though.
together.
Like if it's a team game, you can compensate for like your weaknesses though. You definitely can.
It's that apes strong together meme, right? Remember apes strong? Yeah, I mean, like, we all band the fuck together, dude. We can do it. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta be fucking dickheads like that.
That's what it is though. But like some people just don't give a shit. Like people are just dumb fucking toxic when it comes to playing it. And like I said, I'll be like, I take fucking, you know, I don't know. I'll admit to it. Like I definitely have my moments,
Yeah.
right? Like anybody that's ever played any video game with me knows. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
I'm not the greatest of fucking players, though. But like for me, it comes down to a mood. Like I think if I start fresh, the first like 5 games at least, I'm cool. But then it's like if it's just continuous like losses, I'm gonna start boiling.
You're fresh
I
for-
start boiling, and I'm like, fuck.
You're fresh at least for about an hour or two. I've
Yeah.
seen you in Fortnite where I'm like, hour 3, I'm like, all right, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
You're angry.
It's the grind. It's the fucking like collection of just getting fucked
Yeah.
over and over again. I'm like, nah, I can't do it anymore. I can't.
I have a way of, I forget the last game I was playing. I play, I get fucked over, get shot down. Cool. This has nothing to do with me anymore. I'm done.
I can't do that, man. I don't know.
It just happens, and I'm like, let's re-queue. Give it another shot. I just have a, like I call it a mind sensor. You know what I mean? It happened in front of me. I saw it. I have no connection to it. I lost. I died. You know what I mean? Like whenever it's top 2 in Apex and we're about to go fight the last guys, I was telling my team, all right, guys, are you ready to take second place? Because I'm just like,
what I want to hear. The fuck?
No, I know. No one wants to hear that. Half of the time we fucking win. Because I'm like, hey guys, we might not win. So just fucking relax, all right? And then we just but guess what? Then we just do our best. And whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But if we're calm and we're chilling, we're not all fucking, you know what I mean? We're not all that guy with the bait.
Last party and that last fucking initiate, bro. You gotta be sweaty.
I mean, dude, if it's top 3 and you hear gunshots, you got to run to. You got to third party those cats. You got to win. But if it's 2 squads, you can't find the second squad. Then you got to say, all right, guys, we're gonna play a little game with these dudes. And
dude, I got quad partied the other day in Call of Duty.
Really, yeah.
Like legitimately, bro. We were playing Battle Royale, and it was like just me, my boy, and a random. And we literally, I kid you not, bro. We were literally fighting this one party, right? We were fighting this dude. I shot the man down, shot his boy. I went down. My boy cleaned up, right? So it was that. He picked me up. Another party came out, right? Started shooting from the west. Another party came out, started shooting from the south. And then, like, another shot, like, clipped me from, like, way across the map. Dude, there's literally, by the time when I, like, my body, like, dropped and I started, like, that, it gives you that, like, area view. There was literally a team, like, to the south. There's a team to the west. And there's a team all the way up to the southeast, like, and it was just us in the middle of it, dude. I was like, what the fuck?
Jesus Christ. That's the thing about that's why I play so tight in Battle Royale. Because I'm just like, hey, man, we're going to get ninth partied if we make a gunshot. So...
It's better just not to ever shoot.
Let's play a secure structure, right? I play Watson on Apex now. You know Watson, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you think I do that?
I don't know, because you're a camping bitch.
I fence all these motherfuckers out. Boop, boop. Every exit, I want to know where you're coming from. You know what I mean? I do that. Hopefully there's a Caustic on my team. He got barrels, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's fucking trash.
Yeah, dude, I'm such a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Just because I'm like, hey, man, I'm playing defense.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I used to play Apex, dude? It would always be fucking going bunker, bro.
Bunker, yeah.
Yo, that was so fucking fun.
Do you shoot this podcast to pay?
Huh?
You shoot this to pay?
No, I don't even talk to that man.
Okay, dude. Pay run around on Lifeline. He driving Skulltown with a Spitfire devotion. Yeah. Talk about, all right, guys, let's go. You're just behind him. You're just watching Lifeline's ass shake back and forth.
But every time you fucking say something, he's always like 10 miles ahead, though.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, I know you wanna entertain your streamers. Kind of fuck down though. You know what I mean? You ain't Rambo.
Those 3 viewers.
My man Will, way back in the day when Counter Strike was big. Remember Counter Strike?
Yeah.
That was before Call of Duty had multiplayer.
OG. Yeah.
He saw me playing. He was like, "Dude, what do you think you're Rambo?" Chinese dude, you know, he's smug. You know what I mean? Yeah. like our boy. Right, he was on that shit. He was like, "What do you think you're doing, man? That's not how you fucking hit shots." Because I would see the shots I was trying to hit, and they'd be all over the place.
Yeah.
And realize, oh, you gotta be
try harden.
You gotta be aiming.
Yeah.
You gotta be tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, fucking. I don't know where it's going with that, but yeah, man, fucking, you gotta play that shit smart. You gotta play these games smart. You can't be like...
You do, and yeah, BR is 100% fucking strategy. Like, I'm telling you, there's, like, I'm not gonna sit here and sugarcoat and be like, yeah, I'm the greatest shot in the fucking West. Like, I know fucking Clint Eastwood,
I'm the shittiest shot, and that's why I'm hiding in the fucking castle waiting. You feel me?
I mean, you can pick off like a couple like good shots though. Like if you're the one getting the jump, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm telling you, dude. Like there's so much strategy involved in it. Like that's what like people need to understand is in a BR you win or lose it by either taking the fucking shot and actually taking the advantage, right? Like pursuing somebody when you have the upper hand, or peeling back and just sticking back for a little bit while you're at a disadvantage. That's what people don't understand. It's always like, every time I run into somebody playing BR, it's always like, fucking, we gotta go. We gotta fucking go. We gotta go. It's like, no, you need to fucking sit in the middle and you need to figure out whether or not you should rush this fucking dude, or you should peel back and just play it safe and let them come to you. Like, it's always like control of the fucking upper hand. Like it always comes down to that. Like if I got this dude, I shot his shield out. We need to rush this man. We need to rush him the fuck down before he can heal up, and then fuck his ass up. Now it's 2v3.
Let's get this fight done in 20 seconds, and then that's it. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
and then fuck off because now you know damn well there's another party coming through. Like they heard our shots. Like you never play any BR game and don't hear shots.
Yep.
Like you can't. There's no fucking way. You always hear somebody shooting.
Yeah. Don't go brr. Loot that shit and get out. Get back to my fences and my barrels.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like there's always 57 people in the lobby. You can't beat them all, right? 54 of those people are your allies, right? Like they're not all your enemy because if you got an enemy ahead of you shooting, everybody else can kill them for you. You know what I mean? Until it's down to one team, they're all your enemies and allies, and you got to play them right. You got to be like, like you said, I got to hang back. I got to do my thing.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. We could write the fucking Bible on Battle Royale.
Real, dude.
I swear, and it's because you and me I ain't got the best aim, so
I'm decent. Like I'm good.
I make it work.
I'm like there's levels, right? And it's like there's like dog shit.
I'm
like
50-50 on a
console. There's like Xbox controller. There's like I'm alright.
Yeah.
There's like I'm trash. There's like I'm good. There's like I'm mega sweaty. There's like I'm a fucking pro. I'm good. I'm like right in the middle.
Yeah.
Like I can hit my shots. It's just that like some other people can hit their shots better because they've been playing longer than I have, or like I don't know. Maybe I was just on to some other shit. Like I was getting third party. Like I was getting shot from like 6 directions.
If you and me were on opposing teams and we just brand new each other, you and me, it'd be a flip of a coin. 50% of the time I win, 50% of the time you win. Just based off of who got their shots off right. You know what I mean? I'm not a remarkable marksman in these games. Neither are you. So look, that's why when I play, I'm like, hey man, I want the positional advantage, and then I'll beat you. There was once, dude, early on playing Apex, you know, Market, south of Market, there's a little collective of buildings.
Yeah.
Dude, I landed. I saw a Bloodhound land below me. I saw that he was going to gather shit and come up to the roof. I just picked up a gun. I just sat there, waited. And because I had positional advantage, the thing popped out. His life was gone. You know what I'm saying?
Bitch.
Huh?
Camping bitch.
Yeah. But I had the intel. I saw him land.
No, that's fair.
I seen his path. And I said, cool. I'm going to beat him not through sheer force of will. I'm going to Sun Tzu that ass.
Yeah.
The battle was over before it even started because I was just in the right spot. And that's how I feel about BR. It is just fight the fights that you have a 67% chance greater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever chance.
Positioning has always been like one of the top things in shooting games, I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Team games, shooting games, like just, I mean,
yeah.
Maybe not like Call of Duty Team Deathmatch, you know, like you could just run through fucking
whole different ball game,
yeah. But like if you're talking about Battle Royale, yeah, you definitely want to be good at positioning. If you want to talk like Overwatch, like those like first person shooter team games, you definitely need positioning. Like that's what it comes down to.
If you snipe a dude in the dome and you didn't take your team didn't take no damage from it, rush that because now you have an advantage. Now you have a good. You can still get smoked. You know?
Yeah, you could get outplayed. Like, who knows? But
if you got a real life McCree on their team, you can do it. You know what I mean? You got a real gunslinger. But, yeah, if you got the advantage, you got something, you got to have something going for you. Yeah. Who's just, they're all like ants, right? Just all 60 people land in the fucking lobby. And they're all idiots. They're just eating each other up. Yep. There's no thought, there's no tactics involved. Vast majority of them don't, they're not thinking. You got it. Like I said, got to use your brain out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Too strong out here.
No, I really do like the Call of Duty. Like the BR is decent, and like even like that off mode is good because it's like it's literally fucking free to play, dude. Like it's genius.
Yes.
What the fuck ever they did, like because they got the whole like version of the Modern Warfare thing. Like you could buy it as a game.
Yeah.
Play it. It's decent, but like I don't know, just something about this mode is just so much better.
Yeah, Warzone. Once I get a couple things on my plate, I'm gonna be doing a lot more Warzone. Yeah. My girl plays that show all the time. She loves it.
It's good.
I'm gonna be teaming up. Show's got a friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good, man. It is, and it's like it's one of those weird things too. It's like Apex is.
Do you play on PC or Xbox?
I play PC.
Okay.
But I got the whole Xbox overlay thing, like Windows 10, the fucking game bar and all that shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, well, so that's what I do is I try to play like crossplay shit because usually one of the boys I play with, my fucking man's like he plays on Xbox, so we usually try to play some crossplay shit.
Okay.
But we've been like that's what we've been doing on Call of Duty. Like he'll be playing it on Xbox and I'll be playing it on my PC.
Oh, got you. Wait, can you be on PC? Do they have cross-platform play?
Yeah, Call of Duty does. Yeah.
Oh, so I can just do it on my PC.
Yeah, you can play it on PC. You can play it on Xbox. It's
cool,
fucking
man.
free to play though too. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
that's cool. I didn't even got to resub. I can just do that shit. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm with.
Yeah, you could literally, as long as you have like the crossplay thing checked off, which I think a default it is.
Okay.
You could literally just join.
You could just join up with a party and any.
Yeah, because on PC it goes through BattleNet, and then you just need to make sure you give your account name to that person.
It goes through BattleNet.
Yeah. Well, because you know, fucking Activision Blizzard is.
Activision runs
Blizzard. They're the same fucking company, bro.
Activision runs Blizzard, but Activision runs like Treyarch or whoever the fuck owns Call of Duty.
But Treyarch's like a third party. Well, Treyarch is a studio
Wait.
in Activision.
Yeah. Wait, so Activision runs Call of Duty?
First of all, let me correct you. It's called Activision Blizzard now.
I got you.
Activision bought Blizzard.
Yeah, I remember that.
They are called Activision Blizzard.
Yep.
All of Activision games, aka all Call of Duty games on PC, run through BattleNet.
I didn't know Call of Duty was Activision. I knew it was Treyarch and I knew it was another company. But I didn't know the other company.
Well, Treyarch is like a subsidiary.
They're a subsidiary?
It's like a sub. It's like a company that Activision owns that makes Call of Duty games. So it's Infinity Ward, I think.
Yeah.
And Treyarch. They make Call
Infinity
of Duty
Ward
games
and
every year.
Treyarch are both subsidiaries of Activision?
They're not subsidiaries. They're like studios.
I got you. Oh, and they work with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like EA and fucking Ubisoft. They have like a billion fucking studios across the world.
EA and Ubisoft aren't affiliated, right?
No, they're two different.
Okay.
Well, like, I'll give you an example. Like, Ubisoft has, like, fucking shit in Canada or, like, Sweden or, you know, just shit in Europe, whatever. They all make different games. Like how the fuck do you think they were able to, like, churn out and pump out fucking Assassin's Creed games every year?
Yeah.
There's literally, like, 15 different companies working on every single one every year, and they would alternate. That's how they used to do. Yeah, that's how they were.
They were all working on one and then just drop it on my.
So yeah, so like you had fucking Ubisoft America make Assassin's Creed 1, and then Ubisoft Europe made Assassin's Creed 2. At the same time, they're working, but they're 1 year ahead on development, right? So it's like Assassin's Creed 1 drops, then it was like the next year Assassin's Creed is already out. Right, but then Assassin's Creed 2 is already in development, and then 3 and 4 and 5 and blah 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 blah.
Oh, that's how they did it.
That's how they managed to.
They just had their flunkies working on it.
Exactly, and that's how Activision used to pump out Call of Duty games, because then you would have Modern Warfare's and Black Ops.
They had
So Modern Warfare's used to be Infinity Ward, and then Black Ops was Treyarch. Yeah,
I got
so that's why they had them every single year. But they would technically 2 years in development, right? Is basically how it came down to. But it seemed like it was every year.
But they roll out every year.
Yeah, because it was for us. It was basically like, oh, here's fucking blah blah blah.
They would stagger it. Yeah. Shit, man, you got the fucking game on lock, my guy.
I'm telling you, dude. Like I know so much about fucking video games. It's stupid that we talk about crazy fucking nonsense.
Right. Yeah.
And all this knowledge is just going to waste.
Yeah, I love your galaxy brain.
Mega brain, bitch.
I know that came off weird on audio, but like,
yeah. But no, I don't know. I like to follow video games, man. I do. Like I like to follow all that shit, bro. They just delayed so many fucking games. They just delayed Last of Us 2. I'm fucking hella mad.
I thought that was already out.
No, it was supposed to come out next month. But they delayed it.
What are they gonna do about Final Fantasy VII? Dude? That's supposed to drop.
They're delaying it.
That's supposed to drop 8 days from now. And they're delaying it.
It's still coming out on digital release, but physical copies are getting delayed.
Okay, that's fine.
But like, who the fuck buys physical copies anymore?
Yeah,
honestly, like, be fucking frank with yourself. Unless you're buying a collector's edition, what the fuck are you doing with a physical copy?
If you're buying the deluxe copy or whatever it is,
that's what I'm saying.
Of
Like
any
a collector's
game,
edition, like something special.
I don't know why they don't give you. I feel like they would give you a digital copy to tell you know what I mean. Like, hey, you know how PlayStation you can buy a game and you put it on like 5 systems. I feel like if you buy, you know what I mean. Like I can on PS3, I used to be able to buy a game, and I could download it on.
It's like the consecutive thing.
I feel like if I buy an exclusive, let's say I bought Final Fantasy VII exclusive new bullshit, right? Cool, let me get the physical copy, but let me get a digital. You know what I mean? Why do I need the disc? Like
It's like those DVDs and Blu-rays shit that they sell in
Yeah.
bulk now. It's like you buy the fucking Blu-ray box, but it comes with a DVD, the Blu-ray, and then a digital thing of it.
Yeah. Problem I got with the digital is like
They can't do that though, because it's like if you because the disc itself is its own license, right? Like you have that. But
is no
then you
infinite
can
license
also
too.
give out the DLC version, right, which is the downloadable content version
Yeah.
of it. Like the digital version, you could probably just give it out to your boy. So you're technically giving out 2 copies of a game. So I get that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that they'll ever do that.
My thing is here's the only drawback with digital. I love digital. I love midnight hits.
Are you gonna hit me with that GameStop knowledge bullshit? Like,
if I don't like it, I can't do anything with it.
No, I love digital, but I like being able to buy a physical copy. I play it for a week. I give it to my homie. He plays it for a week, gives it to his homie. I kind of like that concept.
I mean, but on Xbox, you could just give somebody your profile and fucking
Yeah,
do that home switch.
yeah, but then they're like, "Yo, this profile got like." I think you only get 5 switches a guy, right?
No, you can. So you can do it like if you have, for example, like you and me, right? Like,
Yeah.
if we swapped gamer tags, like if I came over to your crib and set my Xbox profile as your home Xbox,
Yeah.
you would get all my shit, but I
Okay.
would still have it on mine because I'm logged into it. I still have access to it.
Yeah.
So,
But
it's-
if you switch, you can only like say for instance like let's say in real life your profile's got all the shit on the games etc. Right?
Yeah.
You can only switch that so many times.
you can only do it per one Xbox.
per Xbox.
Well, it's okay. So like your home Xbox, right? Like, okay. So the idea
You can't involve a 6th Xbox. You can have yours. You can have 4 other people's. You can swap.
Well, you
what
can
you like.
so you can use whatever Xbox as long as you're using your profile, but only one person
Oh, yeah,
can
yeah.
be signed into your profile.
Oh,
But what
yeah.
setting a home Xbox is basically saying that this account belongs to this Xbox. So
Yeah.
whoever wants anything related to this account, games, Xbox Live Pass, Game Pass wise, like any shit that this person has ever bought or downloaded is shared on this entire Xbox.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like, I'll give you my Xbox login, right, on your Xbox, and
Yeah.
I'll set it as the home. So that means that because my profile is on here, anything that I ever downloaded, anything I ever bought, anything I ever did whatever with, you have access to.
That's
it.
access to any profile that's live in there.
Because you could run any other profile on it that you want, but it'll have access to my stuff as
To
well
whoever's
because
home,
it's
yeah.
my home Xbox.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I could go home and log in with my profile on my Xbox,
And you're golden, yeah.
and I'm still good because it's my profile.
Yeah.
You can't be logged into that profile from multiple different Xboxes because only one person can be signed in.
True.
But you also have the collective of whatever shit
Yeah.
you owned on that home quote unquote Xbox.
Now say you make your profile home on my Xbox. The problem is that can only happen on that profile. I believe that you can only make that switch up to 5 different times. Because I remember when we switched, it told me either 4 or 3. Like, you can only do this 4 or 3 more times, dude. So do it. I
I don't think so.
it gave me a message. It said that. I'll look into it. I'll shoot you a screenshot when I get a chance.
That's weird.
But I think what they do is they want to prevent people from doing that thing. You know what I mean? Laissez-faire, where it's just like because a group of people, 5-10 people, could just say, "Cool, man, we're just gonna buy one account, buy one copy of every
Yeah, but
game."
you can only have one Xbox per home though. Like that's
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah.
So you can only have one
Yeah, but you can swap.
actual console
Yeah.
per your home Xbox.
True, but if there wasn't a swapping limit, people could keep swapping. You know what I mean?
But there is though. That's what I mean.
Yeah. There's a swapping. There's like a 5 times. I think you can only do it 5 times. You can
No,
only.
you could do it an X amount of times because it's like if okay, so like in my defense, right? Like if I had 5 shit Xboxes that
Yeah.
all shitted out on me.
Well, I think that's when you hit Xbox.
What about the 6th Xbox? I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
this is my 6th Xbox because y'all are incompetent. Which I mean, it would never happen because at that point you'd probably buy a PS4. But if that was the case, right? Like, no, I don't think there's definitely no like certain amount of switches. I think it's just
5 per year? Home Xbox switches are limited to 5 per year.
oh,
Share-
and that's probably what
Share
it
your
is.
Xbox Live Gold and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription
with anyone else who signs into your console. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it's per year.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, 'cause
I
I
thought
was
it
gonna
was
say like total. That's
5
that's a
life
little,
is
yeah,
brutal.
that's a little question.
Oh, that's interesting. You can do this shit seasonally then. Every 2-3 months you can be like,
But that makes
She gets
sense
it, she
though,
gets it,
because
okay, yeah,
realistically, like, I mean, why the fuck would you go through 5 separate Xboxes per year? I mean, that's a little fishy, right?
yeah.
That's like they're doing that Netflix thing. Like too many.
Yeah, they're
users
curbing
on
the
your profile.
digital abuse.
Yeah,
Because
too many users.
Because one dude could just start a Pornhub account and just have fucking 900,000 people to sign
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean? So it makes all sense in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool though. Like I remember finding out doing that, like the Xbox Home thing, like before that was like a legitimate
That's
thing.
a,
Like, 'cause
that's
at
a
some
genius thing.
Point,
It
yeah,
really
'cause at
is.
some point they took that and they were like, yeah, this is a selling point. But like I remember doing that shit like when the Xbox One fucking first came out, and I was like, yo, that's fucking crazy. Like how we're doing this. Like I used to share games with my boy back and forth, and we'd just be like, it was literally like. I would have my profile on his Xbox, and then his profile would be on my Xbox, and we would basically share fucking games, and it would just be like,
talk about muscles.
yeah, oh boy. But yeah, no, I mean, like, but that's what I'm saying. That was before they officially were like, yo, you can fucking do this.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
you.
So we like used to. We thought it was like the most broken fucking thing. We're like,
Yeah.
yo, that's crazy.
That-
Like,
that-
but we never used to share that info either. We never
Yeah,
be
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo, man, this is what we're doing, in fear of like them finding out.
Yeah.
And then at some point they're like, yeah, that's an intended feature, dickheads. Like,
Yeah. They're just, you know, there was. I remember hearing a story about Harvard University. One year they went to.
I had Harvard hit me up for that. By the way, they texted me one day. He's like, yo, you want a scholarship?
Oh yeah.
Because they found out I was doing that.
They found out you wear glasses and shit, and they were like, "You're the man."
No. They found out I was sharing games and shit with my friend.
Oh, I got
On
you.
Xbox, yeah.
They did this thing once where they were gonna repave all the. They were gonna redo. I think it was Harvard. It might have been some other shit splat university. They were gonna redo all the walkways between different buildings, right? So what they did was they didn't just look at the thing and try to plan it out, do whatever. They waited until winter, right? And then, bless you. And then they looked at all the footsteps in the snow. And they said, oh, well, these are the natural walkways that people use. And then in the spring, they paved based on how people were walking. It's kind of...
What the fuck?
Yeah, they were like, well, we're gonna set up new walkways, right? Let's see how people naturally walk from building A to B, from A to C. And then based off...
but the whole thing is like people in snow, they'll step, right? The first person will go, and then the second person will follow those steps too.
Yeah.
So they'll you're not gonna get new fresh steps.
Well, you're gonna get all the A to B steps are all gonna overlap, right? B to C is gonna overlap C to A. You know what I mean? And they're gonna figure out here are the wisest paths that people choose just based off of what makes sense. You know what I mean? Just
Why didn't they just do like shortcuts?
well, that's what they did. People,
Like, this is the shortest
people.
distance.
Well, that's what they did. They figured out the best shortcuts based off of.
It's definitely not Harvard.
Snow
I can
prints.
tell you that much. Because
No,
Harvard would have been like, motherfucker. One dude would just look right at it, be like, "Yep, that's the shortest path right there. Calculated X, Y, Z
Yeah.
right there."
But no, if you're planning it out, that's the best way to do it because you don't even have to think about it. You just have to go out in the snow one
That's
day.
why I'm saying it wasn't Harvard.
It could have been Harvard. It could have been Harvard. Wasn't me. I'm pretty sure it was Harvard. I swear, that's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is look out the window. Cool. These are the cool. I'm gonna write it down. Bam. Do it that way. I'm just
They're
paying
a lot of man hours, like just people taking notes of fucking.
no, but that's less than actually having to sit there and plan and look and think. It's better. It's like crowdsourcing. It's better to watch. Hey, let's watch what the people do. Like how you and Homeboy did it, where it was like, okay, that's what people are naturally going to do. It's how they're going to kind of use the feature. Cool. Now let's plan around that 5 a year switches. You know what I mean? Or PlayStation, they used to have an X amount of downloads per thing. PlayStation 3, if I bought a game, I can only apply my profile to X amount of PlayStations and download that game until they, you know what I mean? So it was 5. It was, all right, you played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, you download it to your PS3. You can do that on Mac. You can do that on Gems. You can do that on... After X amount of downloads per... Not downloads per system, but just... You know what I mean? That serial number. All right, you got 5 now. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep 10, 20, 50 dudes.
Yeah.
You got to stick to that. You know what I mean? So they were smart like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like I said, this whole entire thing came out of like this whole Netflix era where people found out they're like, man, we can't trust motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna be selling their account for like $5 cash
Yeah.
a month. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, there's guys. I
Can't do
mean, there's no reason people can't just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to set up an account with this whole Xbox thing. As you were talking about it, I was thinking, oh, dude, if someone just set up a library of Xbox,
yeah.
they could say, all right, I'm going to lease it by the season. Like, hey, dude, what, are you done school in the summer? All right, you can have it for the 3 months in the summer. Here's X amount. Boom. Set you up for the home deal. I'll catch you next year if you want.
That's that hustler mindset.
Yeah, exactly. Yo, dude, you know that Don is nothing. I am nothing if not a hustler. I'm always thinking about how to fucking grind a buck out of the fucking ground. You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Dude. You know me, man. Did we do it? Did we fucking... Did we bust our nut already?
Yeah. There's a lot of content to cover very quickly.
Yo, we really...
It's the end.
I feel like we really broke ground as a fucking gaming podcast for this time.
Yeah, finally.
It's
been fucking
yeah, we've been talking
5
about...
whole episodes.
We've been talking about COVID and the universe.
Everything but what we're fucking known for.
That's our thing, right? I mean, the viewer, the reader, whatever you want to call him, should know that's kind of our thing.
You know those fucking closed captions are so way off, though. Like, they're so fucked.
The closed captions, they have no way of tracking my Philly accent. I sound I sound so dog shit.
And that's why you're saying you're talking about the government and shit right now.
We can get them to transcribe our episodes if we want. Yeah. Like for deaf
I
people.
want a fucking, you know what I want? I just want like, our video should just be like, one of those people that like translate to the deaf.
Oh yeah.
That's what it should be. It should just be like a fucking chick in the background, like bow, bow,
It should be
bow,
like
and she looks like she's just like going off to this rap music video,
Yeah.
but she's just.
It should be like a thick Puerto Rican chick
Translating
with
our
big
bullshit.
titties, right? That's what I'm thinking.
It could just be anybody, honestly.
She's got big titties, though.
Listen,
Now
just hope that person's also not blind.
that would be so. That would be so interesting.
Bunch of Helen Kellers and shit
I
listening to our
bet
podcast.
there's blind people that know sign language, right? They can't read it,
I
but they can
doubt it.
write it.
Like Braille.
Nah, look, you're blind. You can't look at sign language, but you know how to bust the fucking.
Oh, so you think they're like so fucking out of this world, like crazy and kung
They
fu
know what,
shit,
like,
that they,
this-
like the sign that they're doing is
They know
like
this
making
shit.
a symbol,
Yeah.
in the fucking in the
Yeah.
air,
Yeah.
and they're just like the little.
What do they
specks
call
hitting
those?
them.
What do they call that shit? The chakra signs or whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, there's a blind motherfucker, yo, that just, you know what I mean, Afro Samurai type shit.
You could still shadow clone.
Yeah, and he knows how to. What do they call those
You
shits?
could pull off a Rasengan.
Yeah.
You think so?
Dude, you know, if I ever got in a fight and I was gonna grip a motherfucker by like the neck,
How
with a-
come?
I
how
would run
come-
at him and say Don Sengan.
How come every single time they cast the jutsu, they had that little weird fucking sound pop up? It was like, whoom.
Oh,
You remember that? It was
Yeah.
like, whoom, and then they would start slapping their fucking hands
Oh,
together.
like they knew what was going on.
No, look up. Like I'm telling you, look at any single time that they ever fucking cast a jutsu. Right?
Yeah.
It was always like it was always like that little sound effect in the background. It was like,
Yeah.
swing, and then they would just be fucking casting this shit.
I always felt like that was at the end. Like once they busted out the whole spell, you heard like a. That was always at the
Or
beginning.
yeah, like it was in the beginning or the end, or something. It was
Yeah.
always there though. It was always there. It was always the same fucking sound when they
Yeah.
finally like made it into an anime.
I wish I had hot sound effects like that for real life.
Just like twing. That's what it sounds like. It's like whoop.
Yeah. You ever
Just-
hear?
Yeah, it's weird.
You ever hear like JoJo Part 5 sound effects?
Yes.
Like. No, you ever hear like the
I watched it.
like the sound effects of like homie fucking auraing off on dude, you know what I mean? Or Muda.
I'm sorry, can I just remind you that every single time Golden Experience punched, it was the sound of fucking machine guns.
Yeah, there was that.
Every time this man threw a fist or a kick, it was always a machine gun sound in the background.
There was always like a shink. You know what I mean? I'm talking like
Always.
a. Yeah, there was always
Always.
this. There's always it's very particular to Part 5, and it was always this sound that was just like. You know what I mean? Like it was very different than the other parts. Like it was very.
because they had a bigger budget for it.
There was something.
They had a
jazzy to it.
dog shit of a budget, I think, for season 3 for Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah.
They had like no fucking budget, dude.
Right.
That's why it looks fucking just funky as hell. Like, you ever notice how it looks weird and almost like cell shaded? Like, it just looks weird as hell. Right? Like look at their fucking faces first.
I'm thinking of like Kakyoin's face.
Dude.
Polnareff. Yo, Polnareff. They imagine him as a blonde dude in the OVA. You ever see parts of the OVA?
No.
Okay. In the OVA, I think it was 13 episodes to start. And it was like the second half of Stardust Crusaders. And yeah, Polnareff was like blonde. Like I always, they always have a gif of him. And then like you getting cut in half by Vanilla Ice. Remember him? Yeah, remember Dio being like, ice.
Yep.
Yo, I don't give a fuck. We're late into the podcast. This is real dude talk. You know what I mean? Suffice to say. Like,
I'm still looking for the sound, dude.
yeah. I feel like this is our point where we can just chill and go. This is like old school talk. You know what I mean? Like, we could just do, you know what I mean? We did the entertainment up front. We can talk our dumb shit now. You know what I mean? Like our inside shit.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck them.
Ah, dude, I'm telling you, I need to. You know what? I'm gonna have to go back to the 7-page Muda, dude, because that's where the sound comes from.
There's a big yo. Are you pulling it up or me?
I'm looking. I'm actually like Googling. Oh, wait, nope, never mind.
There's parts where Golden Experience just pops up in your head like
Yeah.
There's a sound effect. It's very particular. I know the machine gun effect of like when he moodles a dude up.
Yeah. When I'm telling you, every single time he throws a punch or a kick, it's always a machine gun sound, dude. Like, I'm just, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and...
Alright. Golden Experience. Punching sound. You know what?
Here, listen. Like, listen to his fucking sounds.
Yeah, oh my god, I don't even... I know.
Listen to it. Like, listen to it.
Yeah.
Listen to the sounds.
That ching, right?
Like, he's literally fucking... It's a machine gun, dude.
That's true. It's a machine gun of punches.
Listen.
I love it.
And then he stops and, like, reloads.
He sticks the clip out.
Yeah, dude, listen.
Roll back to the first set of roll back to the
literally
first
a
set of
machine
punches, though. There's a very particular sound. You hear that? Ching. It's not present in the rest of them.
No,
That's
it's
just
definitely machine
those
gun.
are just thuds,
Yeah.
right?
It's
That
like the
first set,
sound of fucking ammo clipping the bottom of the
yeah,
floor.
it's like shells hitting
Yeah.
the ground, right?
That's a gun, bro.
He's a gun. He's a gun.
That's a gun, my guy. Like, let me just tell you that this dude literally, like, that's, I don't know, like, but he's always been, like, known to punch quick as shit, right? So that's kind of just how I look at it. I'm like, yeah, this dude's just, like, throwing fucking bombs at dudes.
Yeah, there's a very particular.
But it really does sound like it, man. It does.
It's funny.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
every fucking time.
It's actually the sound of like a bandolier going through a machine gun. Like that.
I think, you know what?
Like
do
how the
you
bullets
remember-
would kind of clack against the gun as it's rolling
Yeah.
through it. Yeah, it's like like it's a very like you feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to...
The sound profile for Vento Herrero. Let me throw some respect out.
Bro, but do you remember when he got the fucking Requiem version and he went off on Diavolo?
Yeah.
That he had a different fucking punch.
Did?
But like the sound was different.
Do you have the sound?
Hold on, I think this is it.
Alright. I did like that because it wasn't.
Listen.
Oh, it's all.
It's different though.
Yeah, it's all little Mac hooks.
Bro, but look at them punches though, first
Yeah.
of all. Like, my man got flattened,
It
first
is.
of all.
It is the longest series of like. They really wasted the 7-page
That was.
Moodle on fucking
Yeah.
Chocolata.
I don't know, dude. Like, the 7-page was where it's at, but that beatdown on Diavolo, I think that was so much worse. I think that, like, because his, like, dude.
I mean, it beat him into a different
that
dimension where he dies every day.
Well, not even that, but the fact that this man fucking threw, like, 1 billion haymakers at him, like, in a matter of, like, 10 seconds. Like, first of all, let me just remind you that this is, like, the dude's full power, right? This is not just, like, regular gold experience, right? Like, this is literally him getting his final form.
It's Requiem, and he's got his hand on his hip, and he's giving them the biz.
No, this is like Frieza shedding his fucking bullshit and coming out with that husky-ass fucking form, right?
Yeah.
Right? That's what it is. And he's just fucking nailing you, dude. Like, over and over and over again. Like,
Yeah.
and then you go into the fucking, like, into
you go
a
to
dimension where you die over and over.
Like, dude's just in that dimension, like, oh, God. Like, it's just...
Yo, do you remember when he, like, freaked out on that little girl when he saw the little girl walk at him? He's like, no, stay away!
Yeah.
Dude, that was the best part. And she was like, what the fuck?
He's just in the hangover dimension, you know what I mean? Just like, oh my God, what's next, dude? And then he gets up on a bus. It's great.
Look at them shits. Look at where they're coming from, dude. They're everywhere. They're everywhere.
True. Yeah.
Every fucking where, dude.
He's got, like, SpongeBob punches, right?
He literally is just throwing hooks and fucking straights and jabs and everything in the middle, dude. It's just everywhere. Like, it's fucking worse, dude. It's so much worse than just a regular 7-page Muda.
Are you excited for Stone Ocean?
If they ever fucking come out with it,
Oh, they're
sure,
going to come out with it.
I mean, when?
If not late this year, I think it's next year.
Oh, I'm sorry. Due to the COVID-19 virus, we're going to have to push it back till 2021.
They were guessing late this year, but realistically, middle of next year.
Yeah, but, like, how fucking long? Like, dude, it's been, what, almost 2 years?
Wait.
Since season 5?
Wait, Vento Heredero ended in, mid-2019?
It ended last year.
Yeah.
But, like,
if they drop it in
you
the
know
winter,
that they're not, but they don't animate it once a week. Like,
Yeah.
they already have this shit set. Like, they don't just fucking. First of all, they took like a 3-week fucking break between the last episode.
Yeah.
The last 2 episodes.
That is the problem too. I think over there that it's all about the drop. It's all about the marketing. You know what I mean? They're like, cool.
Yeah, but like my point is they already have the shit all set and animated. Like, it's not like they do it once a week. They're like, let's just do this.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they're balls deep into the animation right now. You know what I mean?
They fucking better, but like,
there are a few episodes
they haven't said
deep,
shit about it,
and
man.
they're just into it. Like,
They really
there
need to
hasn't
come out
been-
with it. I mean,
right,
I'll watch it. I tried reading it, dude. I couldn't read it. Like, I just got so fucking
Stone
bored.
Ocean is it's my least favorable read. All right, let me tell you something, dude.
Beat, dude. It
Let me
was
tell
so
you-
fucking beat.
I'll tell you this, dude. Steel Ball Run as a read, because it's in English. Not in English. It's in English, but it's also in color. Let me tell you, Steel Ball Run, dude. Part 7 of JoJo, standalone. I mean, it's arguably one of the best parts.
That's what I keep hearing, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's because fucking
because I
Part
keep
8
saying
isn't
it.
finished.
No, it's so.
Now, do you think they'll be done with this part, like with the fucking Gappy?
Where they're at now with Part 8, it feels like by the time Stone Ocean drops, they could be done with Part 8.
Yeah, but do you think they'll be done with Part 8, or do you think there's going to be another?
Oh, you think it'll be done? Okay. That's a great point.
Like, what is?
Didn't what's his face say he
technically, because technically you can't, like, there's no end to it, right? Like, because ultimately, like, that's what JoJo's about. It's about fucking dude fighting another dude, right? Like, they're destined to fight, but it's like every season it's dude versus other dude, but it's always different dudes. So I mean, you could just make that shit go on forever, like. You know, there's no, like, story that intertwines between the two. And then especially with the shit that they did at the end of Stone Ocean from, you know, obviously what the whole world
the whole
knows.
world reset deal, yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck? I mean, you could literally make anything happen.
Holy shit. I didn't realize this. JoJolion, which is Part 8, they started in 2011.
Yeah, it's the longest running one, I think.
It's going to be at least 10 years.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like...
But they took, like, a bunch of fucking breaks in the middle of it, didn't they? Because it's like, it's not...
Yeah, there's been hiatus. I feel like when I'm reading JoJolion, I feel like I'm reading this, like... It's It's like the guy's having a mental breakdown, the author. Because it's all the parts and everyone combined, you know what I mean? There's guys called the Rockmen, you know, like, they're just callbacks to all the other 7 parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they call back to
That's
parts.
probably going to be the last one, then.
Maybe, yeah.
It has to be, though, because if they're doing that, then
But here's the thing.
you're going to have to imagine that.
Here's the thing, when part 6 ended, homie was like, I'm going to just start the thing over again. Now they're at part 8, yeah, they're at part 9, they could repeat themselves and go back to Italy, right? Or they can he could do a whole new thing. Hopefully he just quits. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully he just retires. Like,
Yeah, because, I mean, like...
For the
if you have
guy-
this manga running for fucking 8 years, dude, you may as well just kill it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you may as well just finish it. Like, really.
he's been writing this manga
But that's what I'm
longer
saying, though.
than I've been alive.
Yeah, but that's exactly the point I'm trying
He's
to
had
say,
a year
though.
on me, yeah.
Right, but the point is, it's like, you could go any possible direction with it. Like, you could literally make a dude fight in any fucking country in the world. Anywhere.
I feel like...
Because it's always about
Yeah.
2 dudes fighting each other. That's all it is. It's dude fights dude.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Dude
the
fights
ultimate
dude.
fucking end. Like, that is the beginning and the end.
And on a psychological level, it's dude fights himself. His inner... You know what I mean?
While he goes to fight the other dude.
Yeah, he's always battling his shittier half. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, I mean he could just cap it off at 8. From what I'm reading of JoJolion, though, I feel like it's not complete. There's no finalized like. JoJo was such a big part of Japan. Like it's so ingrained in its culture. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so like. You watch JoJo and you're like, oh, this is the wellspring from which all anime fucking comes forth. You know what I mean? There's concepts in it where you're like, oh yeah, they all owe some shit to them, right? I feel like they gotta end on a fucking bang. They can't end with this weird little fucking ending. You know what I mean? This
what could they possibly do?
it's like this alternate fucking Morio City thing. You know what I mean? Here's the thing: when they drop Fort Port, God, I'm hammered. When they drop
Did you
part,
say Portal 4?
yeah, I said fart poor. When they dropped part 4, they could have ended it there, and they were like, nah, you know what, dude? We're gonna make this cool fucking gangster anime with this nice opening and this fucking, you know what I mean?
I still think Part 5 was the best.
Yeah,
Honestly.
it is great, dude.
Hold on. Because Stardust Crusaders is the best, right?
It's the
But
perennial set. Yeah, it's great.
And you know what? Like, no, I might get prosecuted and fucking shot for this, but you could definitely skip Part 1 and 2. 100%. You could just go straight to Part 3. You could watch. Honestly, you don't even need to watch Part 4. You should watch Part 4.
1 and 2 is its own thing. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Part 3 is the perennial joint. Part 4 is your little happy slice of life.
And then
shit.
Part 5 is where it's at. Like, Part 5 is the beef. It's the story. Yeah. It's the meat. Like,
yeah,
because it definitely, there's story to it. Like, there's characters coming back. There's characters making shit for themselves. There's a progress of story, and then in 5 it continues off of that. Like, as well as from the previous. So I mean,
the bummer about Part 6 is that it feels like you wouldn't understand this reference, but it feels like when they did that last arc of Bleach that wasn't animated, and they just kind of like screwed the pooch a little bit. You know what I mean? They did interesting shit, but they were like, whoa, that's nothing like the other parts. That's what Part 6 feels like to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm all my hopes are on Part 6. I want to see Part 6 be an awesome John, but it's very...
I mean, I think it'll be good when it gets animated. It's just, I couldn't bear myself fucking reading
For manga, it's dog shit.
I couldn't. It was so boring. Like, it just... I don't know. I wasn't really into it. Like,
I didn't read all Part 5. I didn't read the other 4 parts. I'm that guy that watches until the anime's done. I pick up right where the anime leaves and the manga picks up. You know what I mean? So
I feel like JoJo is definitely a thing. Like, I don't know. JoJo's better watched than read. Definitely is.
Yeah, they really...
I mean, like, cause like there's so many animes out there where you could just like fast forward the story. You could just read it. You don't have to watch it. Like, it's cool to watch it, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
With JoJo, like, I feel like, I didn't get the same experience. Like, I didn't get the same, because here's what happened, right? When JoJo, when season 5 JoJo went on that little hiatus before they dropped the last like 4 or 5 episodes, I was like, the fuck? I need this shit. And I read it.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, bruh. I read it and I was like, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. That's cool. That's a great ending. But then I watched it and I was like, Bruh.
It's a,
What?
yeah.
Like, let me just tell, like that, like those Golden Experience fucking Requiem punches. That wasn't the same, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
it really ain't.
watching that shit animated, like the way that they did it, I was sitting there, I was like, holy fuck, like, wow, man, that's.
There's no way you read the 7-page Muda and you're like, oh, this is entertaining content, right? You read that and you're like, oh god, dude, you're filling up the fucking chapters.
They're fucking.
Yeah, you're just turning pages like because when I read a manga, I usually read the text first. I read it like a book. I'm like boop 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 boop, and then
you look at the pictures.
if I love it, I'll go back and read it a second time and kind of be like, because I just want to know the story. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're reading this 7-page, a chapter of manga, excuse me, it's 20 pages usually, right? JoJo, it's 40, but yeah, I'm just like, all right, man, that's it. Seven whole pages of a dude just getting his face beat in.
It's still, by the way,
The longest, yeah.
the longest beatdown of any kind in any manga, or like I think like novel in general.
There's no way Americans ever did that. So
No.
yeah, I'll
No, I
absolutely
couldn't-
give that to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to give that to Araki.
Guinness World Book of Records. Right there. My nomination if it's not in there.
Yeah. So here's the thing, dude. I'll tell you something. Part 7 is the fucking shit. You know,
You fucking spoil it for everyone.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but you know how it starts off, right? It's it's old school. There's it's a horse race across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you, it sounds boring as fuck. When I first heard it, I was like, oh god, do it. Oh dude, yeah. Cool. You're gonna end what happened from 1 through 6, and you're gonna start a whole new thing, and it's gonna be this fucking this dog shit horse race. I swear to God, it's this is the best way to describe it. Huh?
Well, they're saying that when they're gonna animate it, they're gonna do it in like 3D or some shit.
That's interesting.
It's just the way that like the art style for it is. And
Yeah.
shit. Like they're saying that like they'll have to do it in 3D or some shit. Like it's weird.
I'll tell you, dude, it's something else. It's, you know what I'm saying?
I want to read it, but I can't. Like I can't just read manga anymore, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
Do it. Like
maybe
would
don't.
rather
Maybe wait
watch
for
an
it.
anime. Yeah. Like,
It
I would
is-
rather just watch it.
If you're ever like, hey, you know what? I need a little something new in my life. Read it. Otherwise, cool. It is. God, I mean, I've read all the classics. You know what I mean? Just book wise, just anime wise. It is just it's a tight little fucking. The Don. I am impressed.
Okay.
I'll just give
No,
you.
that's you're not wrong though. Like that's not the first time I heard it. I heard a lot of people say that Part 7 was the best.
Yeah, you've
But
heard that around?
I've heard that a lot of times. Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not the only person that thinks so, because I see people be like, dude, should I skip Part 7 or what the fuck? And I'm like, no.
No, I heard a lot of people say that Part 7 was the best.
It's like when you say, hey, let's skip Part 1 and 2. It's like,
Yeah.
look, you can, but listen, this is
Listen, first of all, you could just read the plot of 1 and 2. Like, you don't need to fucking watch it, okay?
Yeah.
Because, you know
Maybe
what? No,
part
because, okay, here's the thing. Here's the problem, right? If you watch Part 1 in today's day and age, it's 2020, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? What am I fucking watching? This is beat.
Yeah.
It's so boring because it's fucking old. It's ancient. It's from the fucking 80s, dude. It's old as shit. Like, I don't want to sit here and watch the same fucking story that I've seen multiple times. Like, it's got memes. It's got meme potential. It's got great scenes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on it by any means.
A lot of it.
You should watch it.
Yeah.
But most people that are into animes are used to this weeb bullshit where people are just fucking like scraping each other's fucking faces across cement and fucking one punching each other or powering up till their hair is fucking blue or purple.
Yeah, you gotta see that Thunder Cross split attack, my guy.
Yeah. I mean, let me just tell you, like, about that. Right. Like,
With Part 1, here's the thing. It's like, half of it, Part 1, I will
it's
agree
a
with you.
classic. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic, and it should be treated as that, but it is not a necessity.
True. Half of it is based on Les Miserables. There's whole scenes out of that, John, that are chopped out of classic
I will
literature.
say, though, you should watch the first scene where, like,
That's
where the fucking the
horse
chariot
carriage?
and the horse carriage,
Yeah, that's a scene.
But, like, that's like a car crash.
Yeah, that's actually
It's
a
a
scene.
fucking car crash.
There's a scene in Les Miserables where, after the Battle of Waterloo, there's this shitty family called the Thénardiers, and they go digging through the aftermath of the battle for like rings and wallets and other kind of shit. And I just remember seeing that scene and thinking, damn, that looks familiar. And I looked on the JoJo, like the reference site or whatever, and they cited that. They were like, yeah, that's very much. And then there's a scene where he's in jail and he gives them like some shit and he said, hey, be a better man. That's out of the first scene of Les Miserables, where homie's in jail, he gets out, he robs the bishop for silver. When the cops catch him, the bishop says, nah, I gave him that silver. And yeah, so a lot of part one is based on Victor Hugo's
But still, I mean, it's like, I don't know, it's nothing impressive.
It's classic. It's classic
nothing
and
impressive. Like,
yeah.
the animation isn't great. It's not, like,
Yeah.
memorable. It's, like I said, it's a classic.
Yeah,
you should watch it. You should do it for the story at the very least.
Yeah.
You should continue on with part 2 for the story at the very least.
Part 2's amazing.
But it's nothing to just be like, man, this is so fucking great. Because I'm telling you, I've tried showing JoJo to, like, multiple people that aren't into fucking anime that are just gonna, like, blow their fucking minds off watching this shit.
Yeah.
And like, even people that did enjoy watching anime, they're like, nah.
You gotta start them with, like, the ape. You know what I mean?
No, you gotta fucking hit them with season 3, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
hit them with Stardust
the
Crusaders,
orangutan on the boat. Yeah.
No, you just gotta hit them with Stardust Crusaders, I'm telling you, dude.
But, like, you're right. It is a classic in two senses. Because it's a classic as a thing in the 80s that was happening. And because they're giving so many callbacks to, like, Victor Hugo and this old sense of storytelling.
Right. Again, I'm saying, like, you should definitely watch it, but, like, you should watch it with with least amount of expectations.
Yeah.
But once season 3 hits, that's when you're like, yep, this is it. This is the real JoJo.
Season 3, you should start where he fights the fucking ape on the boat. I feel like that's where it really kicks off for me. Right? Because it's a nice little anime, and you see the nurse that's going to stab people with the pen, and you're like, oh, wow.
Well, no, because the first episode is, or the second episode is great, where Kakyoin gets the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah. Green Hierophant gets this.
Yeah, where he gets slapped.
He strangles dude and slaps him around. Yeah.
He grabs him with the one hand, just fucking wails on him with the other, dude.
There's so much violence in that anime.
The fucking the boat, the fucking boat part with the merman dude, where he like fucking like
the
hits him with
guy?
the fingers, the stretchy fingers. The one and only time he does that, where he stretches his fingers, Star Platinum. Remember that?
Oh yeah,
He breaks out of the coral and he hits him with the fingers.
Yeah,
it's the one time he ever does that. That's a good episode.
Stardust Crusaders is so dense. It's so hard to pinpoint, like, yo, this is a good episode, that, because it's all just this. It's a great anthology, isn't it?
Yeah. Every episode is good. Every episode has something.
Mm-hmm. I like how part 4 makes me feel. It makes me feel warm inside. Once you skip the Angelo bullshit and they're just like, oh, yay, Morio Cho. Like, that should be your alarm clock. Morio Cho. Oh, Morio Cho, Leo, this guy.
There's just a lot of weird parts in season 4.
Yeah. It is weird as
fuck. A lot of weird fucking parts.
Well, Japanese people are weird. Yeah. They're a strange culture.
There goes our Japanese audience.
Dude, they know it. There's no Japanese dude with a working brain who's like, yeah, this is all normal, right? Is looking around himself. They know that actually, any person, one look at a whole different culture tells you that you're strange. America seems like a normal place, right? Cool. Land free, home of the brave, it's all good, right? You take one look at UK, Sweden. You're like, oh, we're fucked up. We're a savage race. We're out here trying to fucking make a buck by any means necessary. You know what I mean? We're fucking, you know what I mean? You look at any race, you look at any country juxtaposed by your own. You're like, yeah, man, what are we doing? You know? And then, but you know, if you're Sweden, right? If you're Swedish, and you're like, oh, we're all smart, right? We're all just in our houses and we have books and we're interested in shit.
And then you're like, against Sweden?
Huh?
What you got against Sweden, man?
I got nothing against Sweden. But if you look at America from Sweden, you're like, oh, they're out here doing shit, man. Steve Jobs and fucking Jeff Bezos, and they're, you know what I mean? They're popping. They're not like, who the fuck do you know from Sweden? The
dude that made Minecraft.
Okay.
Oh, shit. What's up?
Every Swedish intellectual shows up on a panel, throwback, with Neil deGrasse Tyson. You can barely understand.
No.
You can barely understand the guy.
No, he's talking shit because you don't speak English.
I'm just like, I hear that. Look, every guy that's ever smart has a deep accent that I can barely understand. I can understand it, but I'm going to...
It's a good point.
For the sake of comedy, I'm going to pretend I don't understand it, you know? But you know what I'm saying? Like, every dude that's got a fucking brain, they don't have the kind of appeal that, like, oh...
That's because
every
other country...
Hundreds of millions of people can latch onto it.
...has decent fucking education
you either need,
compared to us.
You either need an American accent or a Mandarinese accent. Or a Mandarin, or whatever. You know what I mean? One of the two. Just based off of who you're trying to appeal to. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Those are the big races. After that, those are the big languages.
We're nearing our mark here.
Mark. All right, folks. We're done beating your fucking ears up.
Sorry if your name is Mark. Just kidding. I don't know.
Mark ass tricks.
Bingo.
Ills. Do the honors, young man. Take us out.
Oh, if y'all tuned in, and this isn't just me listening to my own podcast and my voice and Don's voice, thanks for having us.
That's true. Take care, y'all.
Good night and goodbye.